en verano. Helados más buenos que una siesta en pijama. Ben & Jerry's, helados más llenos, muy buenos que una siesta en pijama. Ben & Jerry's, helados más llenos, muy buenos que una siesta en pijama. Ben & Jerry's, helados más llenos, muy buenos.
Buenas, ya me tenéis aquí. Ya empezamos esta previa cortita de la gala. Ya me tenéis aquí. Ya empezamos esta previa cortita de la gala.
Un momento, gente.
Ya me tenéis aquí. Ya empezamos esta. Ahora, lo dicho, ya empezamos esta previa de la gala de la G del Ball 2025. Mis pronósticos, porque tenemos 5 minutillos antes de que empiece y no me puedo alargar mucho, ¿vale? Voy a empezar por lo que sabemos. Bueno, sabemos que se ha hecho el pase de Play 4 a Play 5. Ahora Black Desert ya solo están las consolas de nueva generación. Importante. ¿Qué es lo que sabemos? Que nos han dicho que nos hicieron un vídeo que lo tenéis en la página oficial de Perlavis. Que nos van a meter 2 zonas nuevas a los de consola que tienen en PC pero que nosotros no, incluida una de ellas es la de las botas de actor, con lo cual sabemos que vamos a tener botas. Sabemos que vamos a tener, en el caso de consolas, si se cumplen los pronósticos, 2 personajes nuevos. ¿Por qué? Porque la pistolera a consola todavía no ha llegado. Y sabemos que vienen eventos nuevos, aunque los eventos todavía no han sido confirmados. Se supone que estos eventos entrarán a partir de la próxima actualización. Yo digo que se retrasarán. ¿Por qué? Porque está habiendo ciertos problemas, en plan el loot no cae, cosas de este estilo. Lo que es el juego ya funciona en PlayStation 5, pero tiene los típicos problemas que todavía le faltan por pulir, a pesar de que el juego ha pasado de pensar 37 gigas o así a pasar prácticamente 80, como un juego normal y corriente. Y la verdad es que visualmente, sobre todo, se nota muchísimo. Y un poco los efectos y el entorno, pues tiene un nivel de detalle que antes no tenía. Dicho lo cual, ¿vale? Ya os he dicho algo que sí sabemos que va a entrar. Esperemos que en la gala nos digan cuándo entra. Ahora os voy a decir mis pronósticos. Aparte de lo anteriormente mencionado, creo que entra dentro de lo posible que nos regalen un arma de astro oscuro Pen. ¿Por qué? Porque se está hablando de mucho de un arma del Supremo. No es descabellado, puesto que ya regalaron una. Entonces, el arma del Supremo es una de las opciones. También se dice que el comercio va a ser reestructurado, pero bueno, el comercio no es de las cosas que más lo triunfa en Black Desert, pero bueno, todo lo que sea mejoras, bienvenido va a ser. En lo personal, yo espero la fecha de salida del Crimson Desert. ¿Por qué? Porque dijeron que iba a ser la segunda mitad del año y eso todavía no sabemos la fecha, con lo cual espero que nos muestren una cinemática y nos digan qué fecha sale Crimson Desert. Y hasta ahí mis pronósticos. Hay gente que dice que se van a poner los caballos míticos en la casa de subastas. Creo que es posible que se haga, pero creo que no es un contenido destacable para mencionar en una gala. Entonces, pues eso, creo que ahí vamos. Dicho lo cual, vamos a ver cuánto tiempo nos queda, ¿vale? Y vamos a... Vamos a comprobar el asunto. Vale, te meto. Te meto en Discord. Dame un segundito. Que te meto en Discord. Ser Maxilion. Buenos días. La gala ya está empezando. Llegas justo no justísimo. A ver, un momento. Esto. ¿Por qué no se está escuchando la pestaña? A ver. A mí aquí se me escucha... Un momento, Serma, te voy a sacar del Discord, o me voy a salir yo, mejor dicho. Un momento, Serma, te voy a sacar del Discord, o me voy a salir yo, mejor dicho. Un momento, Serma, te voy a sacar del Discord, o me voy a salir yo, mejor dicho. Un momento, Serma, te voy a sacar A ver, un momento. Vale. Vale, ya tenemos audio. Vale, ya tenemos audio. Vale. Y ahora vamos a meter a Serma. O me voy a meter yo, mejor dicho. Que parece que esto se había... Serma. Serma, ¿me estás escuchando?
Hello everyone and welcome to Heidelball
yo no escucho
2025. My name is CM Endlave. I'm one of your hosts, and joining me today is CM Kazaka and CM Knox.
Hello, I'm CM Kazaka and I'm super excited to be here. Let's have some fun
yo
today.
tu audio sí,
Hello,
¿vale? Pero
CM Knox, and,
lo que
excited, I
es...
think, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It is time. It is an
Lo que
absolute
es
pleasure to be here
el
with
audio
you all, chat. I
de
hope you're all
ellos,
very excited. We've got a
del
lot of
navegador.
exciting stuff on the way today. I am very, very excited. Obviously, we know what's going to go on. And how it's going to work today, if it's your first time at a Heidel Ball or a Calcium Ball, essentially we have, our jobs
Me voy a
is going
salir
to
si quieres
pretty
comentar algo.
much go over the updates that are being said in Korean. And
No, si es por... Voy a cerrar el Discord, ¿vale? Si quieres algo me escribes por ahí. Porque no sé por qué no detecta el... O sea, si te meto a ti en la conversación, yo no los escucho a ellos, no escucho el audio de la gala.
You guys are happy with an update. But yeah, we're really excited, guys. So it's going to be awesome. Absolutely.
In today's stream, we'll be kind of splitting the roles of each of the MCs.
Yeah.
And, if we'll try our best, of course, to make sure we're translating as live seamlessly as
Espérate un
possible. But we
segundo.
hope you understand that it is a live broadcast, and there's always
Yes.
chance for
Yes.
A ver si
So
The odd
I
bit of
think
ad lib.
we're
lo
bringing our
resuelvo,
guests on stage.
no
So
me voy a
let's
salir todavía.
yeah.
transition back.
Okay.
A ver, vamos a ver.
Let's take a look.
Me voy a consola.
And on stage, we're welcoming our heads Chasuk and Wansu.
Mm-hmm.
A ver, un momento.
Hello, I'm Jesok Chang, head of Black Desert
Vale.
Live Service.
Epa, vamos
He's,
allá.
ad libbing.
A ver si al
And
cambiar de
I'm Wang
pestaña ya
Yang,
se
head of
escucha.
Black Desert Game Design.
It's been
No, no, si,
6
si
months
estoy
since we
poniendo
last
las
saw you.
escenas aparte,
How have you
pero
been?
No.
I've been doing well.
Me too. I've
no.
been working hard getting
Un
ready for
segundo.
today.
There's some little bit of ad-libbing here where they're
Yeah,
joking like,
this
"Oh,
is
you're
the,
looking
this is the
good."
part. Sometimes we might go ahead
Yes.
a line or two, chat,
Yeah.
but
I'm
yeah,
coming from the future.
that's because of the ad lib.
So something special about this Heidel Ball is not
Pensaba que
actually
sin
occurring in the capital
conexión.
region, but on Daejeon actually.
Vuelve a entrar.
Up until
No, no,
now, the ball has
el-
always been held in the capital
el
region,
directo de ellos
and
ahora.
honestly, seeing adventurers travel long distances just to attend always left me feeling a bit sorry. So we've been wanting to hold a ball in a different region for a long time, and today we finally made it happen, right here in Daejeon,
Vale.
the heart of Korea. It feels really special, and more than anything, I want to sincerely thank all of you who came out in
Sí, a ti se
person
te
today.
escucha.
We've got a lot of
Lo que no se
exciting
te,
summer
lo
updates to
no se
share with
escucha es
you.
a ellos,
So
así que te voy
whether
a
you're
tener que dejar
here with
fuera
us on site
para que la
or
gente
tuning
escuche
in
lo de la gala.
online, I hope you enjoy the show and have a great day.
Porque,
This is kind of
porque
video
eres
of
tú, no
Adania,
es
and,
el
We're
programa.
officially unveiling it today.
So
That's right, we're officially unveiling it today.
Adania, at last, I
Sí.
think. I think a lot of our adventurers have been waiting. And
Eres tú.
Yeah. That's right, we know many of you have been
Vale.
waiting, so we've been working very hard to bring it to life. We hope today's
No, no,
announcements
sí.
will be
El,
exciting.
el problema es que yo, al meterte en
we can all say that
Discord,
we're all
no
hyped.
escucho
But I think
el
that
audio
today's
de,
video had scenes
de
from the
ellos.
old main quest, and it did bring back memories,
Ahora.
but were there any deeper
¿Veis?
meaning to that?
Well, I wouldn't say it's anything too symbolic, but Adania is actually the final chapter in Black Desert's Act 1, so we just wanted to take a moment to look back
Ahí
on
ya
the journey
tenemos
so far.
la gala. No sé qué ha
When the video
pasado
starts in Adania,
con,
then time seems to rewind all the way back to the ancient stone
con la
chamber. What's the
compatibilidad
meaning
de...
behind that?
That was intentional. It's a symbolic way to set the tone for today's updates. The new region, Edania, is meant to be a new pinnacle, a destination to strive for. In the past, we've designed new regions to
Vale,
be
vamos a ver qué nos
accessible
cuenta.
as possible, so that more adventurers could enjoy them. But this time, it's different. Even veteran players will find Edania challenging, right from the start. You'll need real growth, real preparation to go deeper. It's not just another expansion, it's a true endgame region. We want it to feel like a place you look at and think, one day, I want.
Wow.
La
to go
expansión
there.
de una...
And I'm going to make
O
to
sea, un
conquer
nuevo
that
mapa.
place and make it
Con
mine.
una
To
nueva
think of it,
región.
previous regions like Morning Light were quite beginner-friendly too, so why'd start today's update story
Ah,
back
vale.
at the ancient stone
La
chamber?
Tierra del Alba 2. También.
The Ancient Stone Chamber is the symbolic starting point of every adventurer's journey. So today's update follows the same path, starting as a rookie, getting used to the game, growing step by step, and eventually reaching Edania. We'll be presenting updates for every stage of the journey, with something meaningful for everyone, for newcomers to veterans.
Ah, I see it now. So today's theme is all about the road to Adania, a journey step by step. I think I like that. But I have to ask, is there no new class announcement today?
Están contando, digamos así, detalles.
The ad
There's
lib.
been rumors flying around, I think everyone's seen it. And people seemed almost sure it was going to be Wukong.
Gente
Yeah, flip it.
solitaria.
Oh yes, we do have a new character. Last winter, I made my debut alongside Deadeye, as a new class myself, if you remember. And today, we've prepared another new class, but we'll be saving that for the very end of today's reveal. It's been 6 months, so I guess I'm an old class now.
Alright, now I guess we'll hand the stage over to you,
Están hablando del
both,
nuevo
and then
personaje.
they'll be sharing all the updates.
Shall we begin? Let's begin, chat. Let's get ready. Let's prepare at the beginning.
As Jessup mentioned earlier, today's Heidel Ball is all about the adventurer's journey in Black Desert, from the ancient stone chamber all the way to Edonia. There are 4 main chapters covered, each with its own theme. So let's jump into chapter 1.
Okay, the journey
Están
begins.
comprando cosas de la Estonia esta.
Chapter 1. I'd like to begin today's reveal under the theme The Journey Begins. We chose the theme because we wanted to share the excitement of starting a new game,
Vamos
helping
allá.
new adventurers starting in the game filled with this anticipation get accustomed to the world is something we consider very important. So, we've been offering various benefits and tracking how
Están
effective
haciendo
they are.
cosas
But we
para
noticed an
los
interesting
nuevos
pattern
personajes,
this year.
para los nuevos
While
jugadores.
those who adapted quickly
Para
grew
la
at an
anticipación.
impressive
Entiendo
pace,
que
there were still many who struggled to get familiar with the game. A clear
ahora
divide in player
dirán
experience.
qué cosas.
So, going forward, we want to re-examine the entire early game journey and focus on improving areas that are lacking or confusing. Chat, stop spamming now. Come on, this is important stuff. So I'd first like to talk about UI improvements. One of the most common feedback from new adventurers is that there's too much information on the screen. In particular, notifications about enhancements or items constantly pop
Que
up
han
at the top
modificado
of the
cosas
screen and overwhelm
gracias
the
al
players.
feedback de los
And
jugadores.
the world map displays so many icons and functions at once, making it difficult for new adventurers to navigate the map through this sea of info, let alone figure out how to use them. So, the first improvement is the upper screen notifications. We're separating usual notifications from unnecessary ones, ensuring that the new adventurers aren't overwhelmed and only see what they truly need. For example, things that are not needed in the early parts of the game, such as other adventurers' item enhancement and rare drops, will be displayed by default, while info required for progress such as Black Spirit notifications will be enabled by default. We also know that the veteran adventurers must have found the
diciendo
top
que los nuevos
notifications
aventureros,
inconvenient at
pues,
times. For example,
hacen
after a
las
long
cosas
cooking
de una
session,
forma,
all the cooking complete messages
digamos así,
would flood the
diferente
screen
a los
at
nuevos, que
once.
los nuevos
Or when
son
multiple
como
world bosses
mucho más
appeared
solitarios
simultaneously, the notifications could get
participan
mixed
menos
up
en
and
grupo.
confusing. We will address these issues as well as through this update. The top notifications will be synchronized with your most recent actions to prevent the notifications from piling up and display instantly. And their effect has also been shortened and cleaned up to reduce visual clutter. Additionally, several issues related to notifications were fixed. On top of this, in response to popular demand, you'll be able to enable and disable guild members' enhancement notifications on your screen and chat. Okay, nice. We're starting off with a QOL.
Next, I would like to introduce the improvements to the world map UI. We think even veteran adventurers will really appreciate this one. You'll be able to see where your old family characters are directly on the world map at a glance. Before, if you wanted to check where your alts were, you had to open the endgame menu or go to the character selection screen. Some players even replace their portraits with world boss images to see where they are parked. Now you can simply click Manage Family Character icon at the top right of the world map to check their locations anytime.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty
Basically, you
nice
can just see
actually.
everything on the world map now.
Pretty cool. Let's take a look at the video.
Bueno, sí. Vale. Genial, nos han
Oh,
metido...
it shows
Ah,
all
vale.
the characters in a list.
That is good.
Oh, that's
Supongo
easy.
que la acción se puede activar y
Oh, that's
desactivar.
nice.
Oh, you can see where they are.
Está en
cool.
coreano, así
We
que
like
nos
that.
van a meter una opción
So it seems they're
más
displayed
para
by region.
optimización. Presupongo.
That's a nice
Useful
quality of life.
information. When you zoom out, you see them.
So like each region has like a number and that shows how many characters there are.
As we saw in the video, all your family characters' locations are displayed by region and can also be clearly seen on the world map. They will be grouped together as you zoom in and out. And selecting a character from the list on the right instantly moves the camera to their location. If the characters are grouped together, they will be highlighted with an effect. All the features that could be found in the escape in-game menu will be available here too. Even the character's energy stacks and mounts can be viewed from the character list on the right. Their inventory can also be seen by selecting them from the list, and this is the most important feature. Through this feature, you no longer need to change to another character in your family to move them to a desired location. Rather than
Va a ser
explaining in
modificado
detail,
el mapa.
let's go ahead and watch a video.
Okay. There's a lot of nice quality of life stuff. at the
Vale,
moment,
pero
Shay.
no se nos han dado...
Okay.
Oh. So each character has a sub menu where you can choose to move them or you can choose to
Oh,
switch
yeah,
to them.
that's nice. Ooh, there, and it's by nodes as well.
So yeah, you can move them through nodes. now.
No se los escucha
Yeah, so
yo
it's not
tampoco.
just-
Parece que no soy el único.
Where, you
Con
know,
problemas
it's
técnicos
not
en
just
el
the
día de
main
hoy.
city now, you can actually move them to a node. That's nice. That's nice.
Oh, it's all nice having everything in one UI now.
SW. Next, as you can see, previously the character could only be moved between towns. This feature now allows characters to be moved to nodes as well, meaning you can place your characters where world or field bosses spawn and for many other convenient purposes. Please note that the travel time remains the same as before and moving between towns is free, but moving to nodes will cost a small amount of silver.
Una autorruta a un
That's nice. I
monstruo.
like that.
Next, I would like to
Vale.
talk about streamlining the world map UI. As we were developing the grouping feature on zoom-ins and outs for the management of family characters, we took this opportunity to clean up one of the most confusing aspects of the world map, the knowledge icons.
O sea, puedes
Honestly,
poner
I was
iconito
doing the
y-
knowledge runs myself. Those icons were often hard to spot. I would constantly zoom in, tilt the map around. We'll improve that so you can see how much
Para los
knowledge you are still
monstruos.
missing in an area, which should make things a lot easier.
That's nice.
Wow.
The world map is an essential UI for adventuring and offers many features, but we have heard from many new adventurers that is still too complicated.
Vale.
With that in mind, we have made some major changes. First, we have separated the main menu from the sub-menu. The filter at the top focuses on most frequent used options, making it much more intuitive to turn it on and off. We have also enhanced node list and search functions, so you can
Que
find
van
the
a
information you need
separar el
more
mapa
easily.
por
Also,
facciones.
the secondary
¿Entendido
menus in the
bien?
bottom right have been removed to the top left, streamlining the overall visual flow. With the knowledge icons better organized, we'll keep refining the map to make it more user-friendly and polished overall.
I like this kind of unification or integration of everything so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks really good.
Okay. Next, I'd like to introduce a new integrated event page. Previously, you'd have to check the website to see what was going on, then open the quests window to accept the event quest. Sometimes, open the world map to find the location, and get dice from the bottom right menu. The process wasn't as user-friendly, making it hard to keep track of the events, big or small.
Ahora
So,
dicen-
as you can see on the screen now, you'll be able to view all event information in-game. You can view a full list of ongoing events at a glance.
Sí.
Use
Vale.
the button to get directions to the
Filtros
event
de-
location, or accept the starting quest
No son
directly.
iconos.
It
Son
will also
filtros de
It was
búsqueda,
also
¿vale?
difficult to see
Sería
how
la
much
traducción
time
al
was left
castellano
for each
más
event.
más correcta. Vamos a
But
poder
now,
buscar en el
events
mapa
are
ya no
about
solo
to
poner
end,
un
will be
icono para
marked with an
marcar un
icon helping you
determinado bicho, sino que va a
prioritize which
tener
event
otras
to do before they
funcionalidades.
expire. That's actually really nice.
Next, we're going over the buff UI.
Next is something we briefly introduced in
You'll
our
be able to
last...
see your buffs from the Mine Information page. From Combat XP to Life XP, a total of 33 different buffs will be displayed, so you can view everything at a glance without having to search for every buff individually.
Yeah.
And when you select a specific buff, you'll get detailed information on where the buff is coming from. For example, if you choose Mounted EXP, you'll see exactly how it's being applied, from your character's base effects and pets to events, training levels, and mastery. It will also display how much buff is calculated, so you can clearly understand how each one is working. Oh,
That's pretty nice.
that's really nice.
Okay.
It might seem a bit complex at first, but given how vast Black Desert's content is, we believe that having accurate, detailed info is essential. The new buff UI is built to make sure you're not missing anything, and we'll continue improving systems like this in future updates too.
Entiendo que estos son las
Okay. That's really
capacidades.
nice. Next is the enhancement UI improvements. There are two major changes. First, a dedicated enhancement material storage, and second, a clearer and more intuitive update to enhancement terms and functions. Currently, materials like Advice of Valks and Valk's Cry are scattered across characters and also take up
Más
space in
cositas
your
para la
player
doma.
inventory. With the update, there'll be a new enhancement
Aunque entiendo que
inventory.
estas cosas
Items such as
entrarán
Chromestones,
para
Advice
todos.
of Valks,
Pero
Valk's
bueno,
Cry,
ellos han
Fairy's
puesto
Blessing,
esto
and
para la
Hammers
doma
will
y ya veremos a ver lo
automatically
que
be
entra para la doma
stored
y lo que
in
entra
this
para todos.
inventory. This inventory can be accessed by your entire family, and the items can be used directly from it without needing to manually move them. It will be especially helpful for managing all the different types of Advice of Valks with this inventory. However, materials like Blackstone or Origin of Dark Hunger, which can be registered on the central market or have other specific uses, will still be managed on an individual character basis as before. That is a huge,
That's a huge double.
That's really good.
yeah. That's really, really nice.
A lot of
And one of the most confusing aspects of the previous enhancement system was the stacks. Originally, stacks were meant to be a kind of compensation for failure, but became an essential part of the enhancement process. So, we've unified the terminology
Parece que va a
to
haber
enhancement
una
checks and
pestaña para las
streamlined related
canalitas,
features
los
such as Val's
martillos
Cry and
de
Devour,
J
so they can all be used
y todo este
intuitively
tipo de
within this system.
cosillas. Esto entiendo que la próxima
And as you
actualización
can see
entrará.
from the UI, when you choose to increase enhancement chance, you'll be able to use Val's Cry and even Devour. As this is more convenient than the current Devour system, we expect it to be a big improvement for the veteran adventurers. And we expect the new adventurers to naturally understand it as a function to increase
Bueno, si
the
están en la pestaña
enhancement
aparte,
chance.
no nos ocupan
That's
espacio y
looking
por
really
tanto es una
Yeah.
incorporación
It is
positiva.
really
positiva.
It even shows you like
Okay.
recommended.
Next, the term use Cronstone didn't clearly communicate that this feature protects your gear during enhancement. Now, it will be replaced with a much clearer term, level protection. It'll also be improved so that you'll select the materials yourself when using this feature. So, this change should help prevent those accidental moments, like forgetting to use the Cronstone. Overall, this redesigned enhancement UI is aimed at reducing confusion and making the system more intuitive for new adventurers. We'll also continue to make improvements in a way that this is more convenient for our veteran adventurers to use.
Más modificaciones en el
Nice.
inventario.
No more forgetting Cronstones.
Yeah. That is
Next,
Para que esté
while this
todo
isn't
más
related
separado
to
y más
UI,
claro.
we also prepared some benefits to help our new adventurers. First, Tuala accessories, which are seasonal items, will no longer fail enhancement at Try and Below. The season server is designed as a mini version of Black Desert World for new adventurers to experience. But since it is also important for them to know that, accessories can be destroyed when enhancing, so destruction will still occur. but for only enhancements at try and above, to make it less stressful when trying to gear up with Twala accessories. And from now on, we plan to provide new adventures with a settlement support fund about 10 billion silver. We've been analyzing data from last winter through this year and found that new adventures typically graduate from season server in as little as 3 days, with the average of being around 9 days. We think this is a reasonable time frame, but most players graduate with about 400 million up to 1 billion silver on hand.
I think that'd be really nice for people getting started.
While we do offer various benefits, once you move to main server, you'll need to gear up and start enjoying all kinds of content, which requires some starting funds. We considered providing items, but honestly, nothing beats silver. We believe giving silver instead would offer more flexibility and choice. For this reason, we will be providing all new adventurers who graduate with a 10 billion silver support fund. We hope this will aid you in shopping on the main server or use it in any ways that help you grow. However, to prevent any potential exploits, the full amount won't be given at once. Some will be provided through main quests and some through content. So please keep this in mind as you get started.
That's like a good way to start off, get those necessary items from the central market.
Start getting like little like goals as well with all that kind of silver. Look at the silver. What do you think about it?
Next, I would like to talk about another feature that many of you have requested. Now, even if you used up all your party Black Shrine attempts in Hwanghae, you'll still be able to help other adventurers. Previously, you could only retry bosses and difficulties you had already cleared, but now you'll be able to challenge any boss or difficulty as many times as you'd like. There have been adventurers who have expressed frustrations over wanting to help a new guild member but couldn't because they had already used up their attempts. So we hope this update will be meaningful for those who want to help others. Please note, however, if you don't have any remaining attempts, you won't be able to receive rewards. We previously updated Ataraxion to allow adventurers to skip straight to the boss fight, but we are aware this also made it harder for some adventurers who used to help others progress through Ataraxion. We plan to address this by changing the way daggers are obtained. Daggers will drop from the bosses instead of being awarded as a quest reward. This change is scheduled to go live with the update on July 10. That concludes our updates for new and rookie adventures.
Okay. So that is, I believe, like one of the chapters being close.
Oh, and we're going to be going over the kind of a roadmap for the updates, actually.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
there
that
you
we just
go.
talked about.
Nice.
Okay, so you can see like when these.
So you can
things
see
are
for us, from July 10th, we'll get the Ataraxion boss change. July 17th for us, we'll get the world map UI changes, the Black Shrine retries. July 30th, the enhancement UI changes.
And well, one more thing before we move on to the next chapter. Recently, we held a mentor and mentee event.
Not yet. We're still going over the world map. Your spoilers.
Okay.
So in August, you can see.
Okay.
And then, sorry. Back to
Yes. So, as I said, we had Mentor adapted and progressed 4 to 5 times faster than those who didn't. We found that the more support systems we provided to help new adventurers adapt, the better. So we're planning to expand these efforts in the long-term plan as well. Okay, it'll take some time to implement, but we're also working on revamping the Olvia area in a beginner-only zone. We're calling it Olvia School, a school for new adventurers with support from Calphian. That part of the Olvia will be rebuilt. Here, you'll be able to hone your skills by battling various monsters and try out cooking and alchemy with designated ingredients and shared tools, helping you learn the game's basic systems and in a practical way. We plan to operate Olvia School in classes, and even after graduating, adventurers can stay connected through alumni groups with ongoing support for forming lasting in-game communities. It will take some time until it's built, but since the scenery of Olvia will change significantly, we encourage those with fond memories of the area to visit there before the update goes live. And in short term, we'll be refining our early game systems as introduced today. and in the long run, we're preparing an entirely new beginning area. Our goal is to help you adventurers really experience what makes Black Desert fun right from the beginning.
That sounds like a big thing.
That's really nice. I think it's important for those people just starting their journey.
I also missed all
This chapter 1, the journey begins. We're wrapping up. 11 years of Black Desert, but there can be never enough quality of life improvements, I think.
Absolutely.
These updates aren't just helpful for new adventurers as they get started. They are full of changes that make the game more comfortable for everyone. We still have
신규 모험가분들이 적응하는데 도움이 될 뿐만 아니라 우리 전체 모험가님한테도 편안해지는 내용들 많이 있지 않았나.
We still have plenty more to share today. Next up is chapter 2, which is going to focus on getting familiar with the world of Black Desert. So let's dive right in and see what's coming next.
Into the wide world, chapter 2.
Bueno, de momento han dicho esto.
We're growing, chat. We're growing.
Personajes principales.
Next updates for those still getting familiar with the game. Since a lot of these are quality of life updates, veteran adventurers may also find these updates useful. Once again, UI updates come first, which start with what so many adventurers have been anticipating, the all-in-one preset.
Oh.
This is not the first time I'm talking about the all-in-one preset, and I've always felt sorry for making you wait. But now I'm happy to say that it's almost ready to be released. With the all-in-one preset, you'll be able to view all your various settings on a single screen. What really makes this feature shine is that your preset will automatically apply when you enter specific content. Take the Arena of Solari, for example.
Contenido especial para específico para personajes secundarios.
Yeah, sorry, chap. There we go. Take the Arena of Solari, for example.
You
can now pre-select your preferred preset in advance, just like what is shown right now. If you're out PvEing and get matched up for the Arena of Solari, your settings will automatically switch to your preset for the arena. And they'll switch back to the default settings after the match. In this way, you'll be able to set up presets for each type of content. It would be easier to join Guild League as well. However, while Carolyn's buff has become essential, it's causing issues in various content like the Guild League. We considered extending its duration, but honestly we feel it's better to remove unnecessary upkeep altogether to simplify things, both now and for the future. So, we're gradually phasing out Amity buffs, like Carolyn's and Aliston's. Now, you might be thinking, how are we going to deal with DR classes from now on? That's a fair concern, and we'll be addressing it shortly after. Going back to all-in-one preset. I am zooming, chat. I am zooming. I'm very sorry. At first it was going really fast, and then I'm like, yeah.
Igual que se hizo con los cristales, se va a hacer con los personajes para que puedas si quieres tener un personaje para PvP y otro personaje para PvE.
We're addressing it shortly after. Going back to the all-in-one preset, definitely didn't get here already, the auto-switching feature is currently being tested. So, and it is being planned to launch in August 28th update. We apologize for the extra wait, and we want to ensure it's fully polished and delivers the convenience it's meant to offer for all adventurers. Sorry, chat, I was zooming. Zooming. I thought I was actually behind. But, well, next up, Adventure Log Reward Integration. Adventure Logs are play a crucial role in progression by boosting key stats like AP and DP. But with stat rewards spreading across multiple logs, trying to collect them all can feel overwhelming. With this update, completing just Igor Bartali's adventures will grant you all the stat rewards, including AP, DP, Accuracy and Evasion, Max Stamina, MP, and HP. Igor's got it all. Igor has got it all.
Becoming more famous now.
Now, you might wonder what the other adventure logs offer now. To address this, we're adding special rewards like colored titles to them, turning them into challenge or objective-based content. In short, they'll become optional rather than mandatory. For adventurers who've already completed these logs, the rewards will be distributed right after the update.
I'm sorry for you, D.
If you haven't yet, the choice is entirely yours. So for new adventurers are also immediately met with the mandatory quests, like those for the campsite or tier 5 pet, right after starting the game. But with more mandatory quests added over time, many new adventurers have found the early game overwhelming. We're working on improving this experience as well. That said, we'd like to ask for your understanding. For instance, even after simplifying Blackstones, we ended up introducing a new one later on. Sometimes when adding new content, new items are inevitably introduced, and so are quests. While we aim to minimize this, some additions are simply unavoidable as the game grows. That's why going forward, we want to put more focus on reorganizing existing content. So before we add something new, we'll make sure we'll make it a priority, to clean up, streamline, and polish what's already there to make the game more manageable and enjoyable for everyone.
I think that's really important, actually. Like,
yeah.
So people not just feel overwhelmed, but like burdened by having so much stuff.
Yeah, and it's a thing like I think it was like last year or maybe the year before, we had like this whole part of like integration, like trying to consolidate a lot of stuff. But, you know, new things come into the game, right, chat? So of course, it's going to grow.
Now let's talk about the seed pouch. This is Klaus' Old Moon seed pouch. We have been working on making seeds stackable, but since that is taking longer than expecting, we are offering this temporary solution. This pouch is for storage only. You won't be able to plant directly from it. While I have been focusing on just one crop, many adventurers prefer growing a wider variety. Klaus' Old Moon seed pouch comes with 50 slots, but we'll consider increasing that in the future if needed. We hope this pouch helps adventurers who had trouble with inventory space when storing different types of seeds.
That's actually really nice. Nice quality of life. I like it a lot.
It is also easy to obtain. Once you reach farming skill 1, simply interact with Old Moon Manager to get it. Please note that only one pouch can be obtained per family.
Okay.
Next up, using energy from your alt characters. Previously, energy-based content often required switching to the character with energy you needed. Just as we have enabled node investments via the roadmap using alt character's energy, we are planning to extend alt's energy usage to other contents as well.
Ooh.
That is nice.
Recently, we improved the hiring system, so you can hire workers from other towns. And adding to that, you'll be able to use energy of your alt characters when hiring them. If these changes were made along with updates like contribution points, cost reduction for nodes, and new production nodes in Ulukita and Kaplan, it would be much convenient for many adventurers. We regret that this improvement is coming so late, but still, better late than never, and we are committed to make it happen. Additionally, you'll be soon able to use alt characters' energy at the Patricios shop as well. We were working on that too. These are all for making adventurers' lives easier.
That's nice. It's really, really nice. Next up, the screen may be familiar for those enjoying life skill content. These are silver embroidered life clothes. These have been must-haves for life skillers for about 8 years, and beloved by many adventurers. However, after the Manos patch, their only real purpose has been the life EXP boost, and constantly swapping outfits for that has been a hassle. So, we've decided to let most silver embroidered life clothes go. Except for the traders and farmers' clothes that don't provide a
Despedir y
mastery
hacer las
buff,
cosas más
all
fáciles con
other
la
silver
energía
embroidered life
de
skill
otros personajes
clothes
y no tener
will
que
be
cambiar,
removed.
entiendo yo.
And their effects like life EXP boost, cooking time reduction, and processing success rate will be added to the Manos clothes. Those who already own silver embroidered life clothes will receive compensation based on their enhancement level. You'll get silver up to duo, and from try and above you'll receive a Jin Bon or 1 Dawn Crystal life EXP based on the enhancement level. We're keeping the name of the Dawn Crystal because it uses the same slot unlocked by equipping the old Charizard accessory. This slot is now available when equipping Prion accessories. Crafting Jin Bon 1 Dawn Crystals, Life EXP would look like this. You can use pre-existing materials to craft them. It's pretty nice. While we're introducing life skill content, let me add one more thing. You know how processing works, right? It could be a bit frustrating when processing fails. So, we're looking to improve it. First, with this patch, we're planning to add the processing success rate effect from the silver embroidered craftsman clothes to the Manos craftsman clothes. Also, if your gear isn't fully optimized yet, to reduce the number of processing failures, there'll be an increase in the base processing success rate. That's pretty nice. Okay. So, next up, let's look at the screen first, shall we? Now, this is the current shortage of Pearl inventory slots. While number of outfits are growing, the shortage of Pearl inventory slots remain an ongoing issue. We are working on various solutions like a dressing room and so on. But since those will take more time, we are implementing the quickest improvement possible. So, we're introducing 2 new items. Patricio's extra large apparel bag and Merv's carry-on bag. Patricio's extra large apparel bag, as the name suggests, is a storage dedicated to outfits. As you can see, it has 40 slots. So, compared to the existing Patricio's apparel bag, it offers much more space. Each family can have up to 5 of these, and they are obtainable through the loyalty shop. This adds a total of 200 extra inventory slots just for outfits, which means that the current shortage of inventory will be in a better state. Unlike Oh yeah, sorry, next up is the Merv's carry-on bag, and unlike the apparel bag, this item specializes in quick swap rather than storage. When you open it, you'll see an equipment-style UI instead of a bag, allowing you to assign outfits for each slot. With a single click on swap, you can instantly change your entire outfit. While the original Patricio's apparel bag also had a swapping feature, it stored more outfits for all the different slots, leading to some issues depending on gear slots. Merv's carry-on bag addresses these problems and is designed specifically for easy outfit swapping. Merv's carry-on bag is also available for purchase up to 12 per year from the loyalty shop. With these storage items comes bittersweet news as well. The existing Patricio apparel bag will no longer be obtainable, and its outfit swapping feature will also be removed. It would be ideal to keep the item and its features, but due to the slot occupancy issues, this change is unavoidable, and we ask for your understanding. Sorry, Chan, but we've got some really good things instead of it there, which is really nice. Okay, so adventurers who already own Patricio Power Bag will receive Merv's carry-on bag equal to the number of their bags owned. And while you won't be able to get Patricio's apparel bag anymore, you'll still be able to use the ones you already own for the extra storage. Moving on, let's talk about a new feature coming to maids, who have been with us for the past 9 years. You'll soon be able to designate a main maid and fully customize their appearance. Previously, maids came with preset looks, which may not have suited everyone's tastes. Now, you can create your own unique maid character. For example, you can set your maid as a shy dressed in a shy exclusive outfit and create your own cutie pie maid. Or go with a giant and have a big sturdy butler by your side, using a conversion stone available at the pearl shop. Outfits can be converted into made exclusive outfits. These outfits can be extracted like regular outfits, or reverted back using a conversion stone if needed.
Vale, sirvientes.
Nice. Once you set your main maid, they'll greet you every time. You'll use the maid function, replacing the default maid. We're also adding small interactive features. For example, when you board a wagon, your maid will take the driver's seat, while your character rides alongside and rests. We plan to expand these interactions further. Since this is your personal maid, you'll also be able to name them and even chat with them. And we're experimenting with AI features.
No.
Chat with them.
Solo jodes.
Oh boy. One important note here, we're intentionally avoiding any
Vamos a
gameplay
tener una
advantages with the
pestaña
main
más.
maid. We don't want it to become a must-have or affect balance. This is purely meant to be a fun, customizable feature for you to enjoy your own personal companion.
You'll always have friends.
Vamos a poder personalizar a nuestros
See what Chet said.
compañeros.
Coming up next, let's set the improvements aside for a while and introduce some content. It is what we have mentioned before, the blue battlefield. This is where guilds clash on waters with ships, which is going to be enable PvP content. This content was originally brought up at Calpheon Ball 2021, but was at a halt for several issues. Letting it go wasn't easy for us, because this concept of naval fleet battle was one of the content we wanted to make happen the most in the world of Black Desert. So this year, with our everlasting passion, we came up with solutions for some critical issues and gave it one more try.
Oh.
Aquí.
We found out that
Pocas
occupation
expectativas
World
tengo.
rules fitted in surprisingly
Soy de
well
los que
and came
piensa que
out
el
more enjoyable
PvP
than
no tiene
expected.
salvación, gente.
So we decided to
Yo lo
make
siento,
it go live. The blue battlefield will take place in
pero
two
soy de los que
regions,
piensa
the
que
Balanos Sea and the Calpheon Sea.
el PvP
We'll kick
no
things
tiene
off in the
salvación.
Balanos Sea first this summer. The rules are similar to Occupation Node War. Guilds can register up to 20 members for the battlefield. However, for your participation to affect fort count, over half of your registered members must actually participate. Depending on how many guilds join, forts will spawn across random islands in the Balanos Sea. Capturing a fort or destroy at least 10 enemy ships is the minimum condition for rewards. As with the Occupation Node War, at the end of the battlefield, the guild that is occupying the fort wins. Since the blue battle is a naval battlefield, the role of your characters is minimal, and instead fleet combat is the core of all tactics and strategies. We are expecting intense cannon battles, so in order to create fights that are actually fun, we have added 2 special rules to keep things interesting. First, all ship movements are halved. All ships participating in the blue battlefield will have their movements related stats such as speed, accel, turn and brake reduced by 50%.
Quiere que
It
sean
might feel a bit
rápidas y
sluggish compared to
accesibles
normal
para la mayoría de
sailing,
la gente.
but the current ship speed is too fast for naval combats. This change is meant to encourage more strategic and enjoyable sea battles. Second, you cannot repair ships during the battle.
Porque en este juego
Maintaining
ya
your
un
fleet
pro de
is
PvP
key
y te
in this
revienta.
content, and thus revive items like Tears of the Wind are also disabled. If your ship is destroyed, you will have to turn
Mira,
to warp,
batalla para barcos.
repair, and set sail again. To prevent players from being stranded at sea, we'll
Eso
provide
puede ser
a
bueno
traveler's map
porque
with a short cooldown specifically designed for the blue battlefield.
Porque, digamos,
nice.
todos vamos a ir de
Sounds
nuevas
really interesting.
si se hacen
And
batallas en
obviously,
el mar.
even if your ship is destroyed during the blue battlefield, your sailors won't suffer any penalties, so charge into combat. Now let's talk about the roles and synergies of different ship types. Since the blue battlefield is a guild scale battle, how you manage your fleet is crucial. First, the guild galley serves as a flagship. In the blue battlefield, the ship becomes extremely durable, and compared to other ship types, it can deal much more damage against forts. So utilizing this
Más
flagship is the
información
key
sobre
to
la
victory.
batalla con barcos.
However, you cannot make use of multiple galleys. Only one galley is
Pero
allowed
bueno,
per
esto
guild.
es contenido para
This is
GTA
to
en
reduce
game,
burden of constructing and improving multiple
Con un
galleys for the
carrack vas a
content.
reventar un barco por mucho que lo quieran equilibrar.
So for carracks are better at destroying enemy fleets, serving as your main combat units. Protecting the flagship, the guild galley, while destroying enemy fleets will be their main mission. I said that once the blue battlefield begins, all ships will have their movement stats reduced by 50%. Please note that this movement stat reduction may vary depending on the ship type. The Panoxons will act as tanks, breaking enemy formations. They'll receive buffs on their defense, and their smooth
Que solo el
turn
20% va a
skill
depender del
will go
barco y
for a
el resto
rebound. Instead of
va a
turning just
depender de
45
la habilidad del
degrees,
jugador.
it can now spin 180 degrees in place, which allows quickly firing cannons from both sides. Panoxons can hold its position and stay strong for a long time, while disrupting enemies with
Eso va a
fast fires,
compensar,
making them
digamos, un
game
carrack con
changers
un
in fleet
velero y todo
battles.
esto.
And finally, Esprcial galleons are also eligible for battle, and this ship can become a wildcard. Esprcial galleons are extremely tough, but their attacks are relatively weak. In order to make their balance suitable for the content, we plan to slightly lower its defense and boost its attack. Guilds with more galleons may have an advantage, but they'll also draw more attention from rivals. Now, after all these explanations on the blue battlefield, you may think, isn't this just another naval node war? And honestly, you're right. It will run 6 days a week except Saturday, following the same time schedule as the regular node war. In other words, you could think of it as a standalone naval node war. At first, we considered simply adding naval combat to the existing node war, but for all the Carrack owners who've been waiting for naval combat content so patiently, and for those who've made ocean content their main focus, we wanted to offer something special, a dedicated experience just for you. That's why we've completely excluded character stats and designed this content to be all about your ship. This isn't about splitting the current Node War player base. Instead, we're creating an entirely new pool of participants. So it's actually really, really nice. I think it's going to be really cool. Interesting to see what guilds get involved with this. And since ships are the center of this mode, it's naturally a bit more accessible and lighter compared to the original Node War. The rewards are also completely different, setting this content apart. Let's look at the rewards now then. Okay, we have designed helpful buffs for adventurers who enjoy seafaring, alongside guild funds and gold bars as well. Reward boxes will also include item to reroll the stats of sea crystals and chests with yellow or red grade sea crystals according to a set probability. To sum it up, the Blue Battlefield is a naval PvP mode that borrows the rules of the current Node War, focusing on ships. I would say this mode is for both seasoned and aspiring captains, and delivering a new, enjoyable experience has been our top priority when developing it. We'll put the greatest effort to make it enjoyable till the very last. Okay, that includes Chapter 2. Now let's take a look at when the update is coming on screen.
Porque esto no es.
See from most of them are coming in July.
A ver. No, esto no es.
모두 7월까지 마무리 예정입니다. 잘 준비해서 선보일 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 네, 챕터 2의 내용도 정말 꾹꾹 눌러서 담은 느낌이 있었는데 대표 메이드에 왜 하필이면 자이냐라는 그런 이야기도 재밌었던 것 같습니다. 참 여러 가지 유용한 기능들 많이 담아놨는데 저는 모험일지 개편 같은 경우가 참 적응하기 힘들어하시는 분들이 많이 되겠다라는 생각이 좀 듭니다.
As someone still getting used to things, I really appreciate it. Plenty of quality of life upgrades were introduced, including energy storage, a seed bag, an outfit pack, Blue Battlefield. But I think it's time to go to Edonia, so let's see what's next in the next chapter together.
다음 챕터 가보시죠.
Okay. We're now on chapter 3, Beyond the Desert Sands, chat. We are leveling up.
We're getting there. We're
We're
getting
getting there. I know people are excited for other stuff. Don't worry, chat. We're on our way. Okay? Now, this chapter is titled Beyond the Desert Sands. These are for those who settled in the world and gotten the hang of Black Desert. Our previous topics were a bit lighter, but since this chapter is just before heading to Dania, we've included some advanced content. Since we have a lot to cover, let's dive right in. Okay, so first up is a new content called Alan Serbin's Landscape. In Black Desert, many adventurers spend a long time aiming to find specific treasures. That passion for reaching your goals is truly inspiring, but that challenge can feel overwhelming or even keep some from trying it at all. We've been thinking about it a lot because it's important to honor those who've reached these treasures after all those obstacles. So simply lowering the difficulty wasn't an option, but leaving things as they are didn't feel quite right either. So we're proposing a new way of treasure hunting, which is called Alan Serbin's Landscape. The landscape painting you see here is a magical frame that captures the scenery of treasure monster zones, like Historia Ruins or Akman Temple. It's based on the Neda frame, found in Tarif. The idea is that by imbuing the frame with a spell, the energy of the specific location fuses with your character temporarily. While in this state, you gain a powerful effect. You can obtain treasure materials from that monster zone, even while subjugating in a different location. For example, if you activate the landscape of Historia Ruins, even at monster zones other than Historia Ruins such as Golden Pig Cave or Darkseeker's Retreat, compass materials obtainable from Historia Ruins will sometimes drop, but you won't be able to use it in every monster zone. The landscape will only be available in zones with 300 plus AP requirement. I'm sorry, I was a bit ahead down. Let's see, there we are.
Kind of like a treasure item drop event on demand.
To activate the landscape, you'll need a scenery item obtainable from each treasure monster zone. For example, if you defeat monsters in Historia Ruins, you can obtain Scenery of Historia. The landscape will react upon using the scenery item and activate a number of spell charges equal to item use. Defeating monsters will spell activated will consume spell charges. Think of it as working similarly to Agra's Fever.
Treasure fever.
Yeah, treasure fever. Okay. I was ahead of it? Okay, no, I'm behind. This also means you can collect scenery items, characters of Historia Ruins, and tagged characters on your desired monster zone. You can consume the scenery of Historia. However, it doesn't mean that using the scenery increases your drop rate or anything like that. It only enables the item to drop in other zones, and even then at a fixed lower rate than it would in the original monster zone. And just in case you're wondering, does this really work? Just like scroll written in ancient language, default guaranteed items are also included in the item drop table. This content's goal is completely tearing down the walls of treasure hunting, but rather giving you a bit more breathing room. We've designed to stop adventurers from being stuck in one zone and let them breathe some different air from time to time. Also, you don't have to keep party zones running, because once you've obtained enough scenery items, you'll be able to go after
si no es mi audio. Es que yo no escucho
will be a nice advantage for many players.
Lo que es lo que dicen los coreanos.
But as we monitor the overall
si estoy metido en Discord y no sé por qué. Como los cascos son nuevos, a lo mejor hay algo que no está configurado.
Next up is an update many adventurers have been requesting for a long time. We're revamping the Alchemy Stone system. It is happening.
¿Qué te parece lo de
Alchemy Stones are a key progression goal for our top-tier adventurers, but we've received a lot of feedback that the system is too complicated. There were two main issues. First, the level and grade systems were too complex. Yeah? Second, the system itself was unfriendly and difficult to progress
dicen
through.
que
To fundamentally
lo van a
address these
reducir
problems, we've
en un
prepared this
20%, o sea, para que no haya tanta diferencia.
Previously, alchemy stones had 8 levels from imperfect to shining, and each was split into 4 color grades: white, green, blue,
y nada,
and yellow.
¿qué te parece la
It was
batería
just too
normal? Yo
complicated.
no creo
So
que
moving
vayan a
forward,
resolver
we're simplifying both the levels
el
and
PvP.
grades. And as you can see, levels will now be reduced to 6: imperfect, sturdy, sharp, resplendent, splendid, and shining. Each level will now only have 1 grade: yellow. Adventurers with alchemy stones of
Los
various
que
grades will
están,
be
los cristales
compensated with
nuevos.
silver based on the grade of the stone. The
Los cristales
UI
nuevos.
layout will be improved along with levels and grades.
Son las piedras,
Unlike
son
other
piedras.
equipment, Alchemy Stone has a 2-step progression system,
Piedras
gaining
alquímicas.
XP through polishing and leveling up through growth. This led to
son piedras
going back and forth between the tabs, making progression a tedious task. With the update, recharge and growth can be done on the
Sí,
same
claro, pero que
screen.
son piedras alquímicas, Miguel.
And you can probably see something else there, chat. There's also some changes to the
Claro,
growth
son
difficulty.
piedras
First, the
alquímicas.
success rate will now be displayed.
Sí,
also,
piedras
using
alquímicas.
stone when
Sí,
attempting growth
piedras
on an alchemy
alquímicas.
stone.
Y va a
will
haber
prevent it from
martillo,
being
va a haber
destroyed
martillo
even
en
if
las
you
piedras
fail.
alquímicas, porque
The
las piedras
ancient
alquímicas,
anvil
para el que no lo
system is
sepa,
also being
revienta.
added. You'll be
Entonces,
guaranteed to level
cuando
up your
tienes
alchemy stone
cuando
after a
tienes el
certain
yunque te
number
va
of
a subir
failures.
garantizado,
However,
lo cual
for the
está muy bien.
highest level shining alchemy
Las
stone,
piedras alquímicas,
its
para el que no lo
rarity
sepa,
and
solo se
prestige
pueden hacer
will
a
result
partir
in the amount of Agris
de
essence required to use the ancient anvil
de maestro
being set to a very
y
high
con
number.
800,
Okay.
Sí.
The overall success rates for alchemy stones will
Pero
also
eso
be
es para
slightly
mejorar.
increased, but for the shining alchemy stone, to honor
o
the
para
effort of
upgradearla.
so many
Pero
adventurers
claro,
who've
la upgradear sí te puede
overcome
reventar.
countless failures to craft their shining alchemy stones, the difficulty will remain high.
Oh, here's a video.
Sí, claro, el yunque ayuda. El
Okay,
yunque,
next
el yunque
up.
ayuda. El yunque yo creo que es lo mejor que han inventado en los últimos 2 años. ¡Oh! ¡El arma del soberano!
Okay, very nice. Woo-woo.
I think many
En un
adventures have been,
warrior.
Many adventurers were
Ahora,
speculating
no
on
nos han
this
dicho el
as the
requisito.
reveal of
Vamos a
the new
verlo. A
item
ver si la
sovereign
dicen.
sub-weapon. Many adventurers had a feeling it was coming, but everyone is asking, what kind of stats will it have? Shall we take a look at the effects first?
Sí, sí. No aplaudáis, que todavía no ha dicho.
Look at that AP, chat. Look at the AP. You know?
Many adventurers got this right.
Los requisitos. No aplaudáis por el arma del soberano todavía.
The Sovereign Subweapon combines the power of
Sí,
both
sí, pero
Nova
lo que
and
me están
Crypto.
diciendo es
Its
cómo
enhancement
se va a
levels are
hacer
the same
con
as
Shiny.
those for main and melee weapons, comprised of 10 levels. The difficulty is also identical. There are 3 different crafting members for the Sovereign Subweapon. Since it has the effect of 2 weapons 1, it does require a bit more materials compared to main or awakening weapons.
Yeah.
First, you can use 2 pen Black Star subweapons plus 1 Gem of Twilight. Second, you can use a pen Black Star subweapon, 1 pen
Parece
Cocoon
ser que se
subweapon
va a
at plus
poder
level 20, and
upgradear
a pen Nova
como la
subweapon
joyería
at plus
de.
or third, a pen
de
Black Star
Calazán.
subweapon, a 1 Gem of
Que va a
Twilight,
tener
and a
10
new
niveles
item
también.
called Gem of the Primordial. The Gem of the Primordial is a new item, and we'll get to how to obtain it. We'll get to know how to obtain it shortly. Also, just like main and awakening weapons, sovereign sub weapons gain additional visual effects at pen and oct. Please note that they cannot be registered on the central market. Next up, let's watch another clip.
Oh,
Sí.
it's Wansu from the past.
Yes, it's Wansu
No,
from
no,
last
cambiado.
year's ball.
It's Wansu from the past, chat.
And he is talking about a Dine Ardu Doom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like combining the horses, right?
You
said that you were going to try and do that.
Exactly. So that's
That's
Y las
definitely
profesiones, el
like,
hecho de que lo
the way
unifiquen
you
todo
want
en
to
un
strive
traje,
right now
¿tú
is
qué?
sovereign, so one that makes it with the console. So I'm looking forward to that myself.
Yeah, and the weapon looks awesome too. The shield on Warrior looks really cool. I remember seeing these weapons for the first time back
So they're joking like,
we
oh,
only
your
had
name
main
is...
hand and
Pues
awake.
ve, las van a unificar.
I'm
Entiendo
by
que las van a
no means,
unificar. Que la de plata
you know,
va a
about
dar
myself,
también
but
maestría
That is right.
y
with
la...
I'm here with
massive
my
shield,
words from last
and it's just
winter.
like glowing yellow. Looks
Hereby
really cool.
presenting
So now
Dine Ardunat
you can
2.
also have your offhand weapons
La
with
dificultad
that
desaparece,
awesome
entonces
effect
¿cómo
as
vas a
well.
upgradear la profesión? Porque...
Oh, and we have some news about horses.
No, si no es por eso,
Horses
prefiero
are getting
que la
a little
borrada en
bit of an
plata
update.
es la que más
Here,
velocidad tiene y la que más experiencia de
we are,
profesiones te da. Por eso
introducing
todo el mundo la tiene.
something very,
Si
very
la quitan te van a tener que dar una ropa que dé experiencia para subir de nivel, porque la Roger Hu y la de mano va a tener experiencia. Porque están enseñando, bueno, sí, la fusión de los tres caballos, la transformación de los tres caballos. Sí, bueno, esto ya estaba. La
That's
cuestión
crazy.
es
That
que
was
hay
so
que tener los tres caballos en mítico.
Just like in
Sí,
the
sí,
video,
estaba en
on
PC.
Flatbed,
Hay que
it
tener los
charges
tres
forward
caballos.
in the
Por
form
eso
of
estoy
mythical
haciendo
Zoom.
yo. La cuestión
Glides
es
as
que hay
mythical
una
Argonaut
falta
while
de
airborne
ahí,
and walks on the water
porque si
as
se regalan
mythical
uno,
Dine
no
on the
entiendo.
sea. And in desert,
Yeah, so
it
as you
takes
can tell
on the
from
form
reaction
of
from the
Dream Horse
crowd,
Dine.
super awesome change.
Since Dine fits the desert best, we decided to add it in as well.
That's nice.
When I first brought this up, I wanted it to be
so
meaningful
as seen in that
for all
quick
trainers
little
out
video
there,
that we have
but
so
I didn't want to
far,
burden you with more cores or requirements.
all your
So after
mythical
some thought, I
horses
realized
are going to
that
be combined
those who
into,
already built Sanctuary are, in a way,
super
the ultimate
mega
trainers.
mythical
That is why we are sending out this horse to everyone
Ya
who
no va a
has
haber
a
que
Sanctuary.
pulsarle, ya
crocodile.
This isn't a one-time event reward
There's
either.
been a few names
Sí,
going around
antes
for
es que había que
Anyone who
pulsar un
uses a
botón para
Sanctuary
cambiarlos
will
tú.
obtain one.
that horse because
So you
the
can
DNA
take out this
Argonaut
horse with
do
your main
the
character
dad horse
and leave
now.
your Sanctuary
But
to all
this is
as you
for
see
sure
fit.
going to be a really cool
Y ahora
update
si
for
todavía
people
se
who
cierra
own all
pues,
three
sí,
mythical
porque
horses, because now you'll be able to consolidate
Yeah.
all of them to be used at the same
En
time. Of
Argonaut
course,
para que no
with
te la
the
pegues.
treasure item, the crocodile's sanctuary,
So you could just
you'll
leave
be
your
able
other
to
sanctuary
kind
to
of,
your
This
old
spatial
have like
Dine
a
Ardunat
standard
Hey!
comes
pull them out
fully
one by
loaded.
one, but
It
it's
starts
kind of
at level 1,
it's
but
kind of a
already
pain,
knows
you know,
all
like
the
just having to get
37
off your
skills
horse
at
and change
100%,
the other
excluding
horse
the 2-0
for
skill.
its
New main
And its
start
base stats are
nos
set
van a
to
dar
highest
un
values
poquito.
among
functionalities
medical
of
horses.
Por la
mythical
cara?
horse,
For
combined
example,
into one
its
as
speed
you can see,
matches
Adventure
Ardunat's
is
highest,
super
and turn matches Doom's
impressed.
top
I'm pretty
stats.
sure he's a avid horse
As
trainer
the
himself.
best horse in Black
Yeah.
Desert,
So,
we made
really cool.
we
As
made
you can
sure
see,
it has the best
effects,
possible stats to match.
do get retained as well.
Okay, that's nice.
I kind of
Armor-
envisioned them to
armor
do something like
mythical.
this,
And actually,
where they would just have
I
like
haven't
the,
come up
it's
with
kind
Otro
of a
no lo
slow
entiendo.
adventure or something like that, where like while you're flying,
So,
through that
it's
water,
called
the
Dine
water
Ardunat
of, like,
Doom
the,
for now,
mythical Dine
but
will
if you
come out
recommend
as
any
you,
good
run
names,
across
we
the
may use them
ocean.
when we go
So really
live.
cool that they
Yeah,
incorporated
chat,
that.
send
I'm
us some
looking forward
ideas,
to this
chat.
as
Send
well.
us some
Obviously, we have
chat.
free mythical horses.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
also,
one
we
step
have
closer to
another
having
clip.
your super, your super DAD horse.
Super dad horse.
Yeah.
This is,
Oh,
attack
Looking forward to
character.
that as well too.
Yeah.
Yo,
Man, this is gonna be pretty cool though. Like I can just see myself now going from island, flying, island, doing horse.
Yeah, and here we go with another clip.
okay, it's like
Menuda
instant
consola,
transmission.
es súper interesante. A ver.
Yeah, this is actually something that is still experimental level.
So
We are working on the
introducing
feature that lets you
instant
instantly
Vamos a
switch
poder
the tech character
cambiar
without any
del
loading
tirón.
time.
Wow.
Honestly,
tech
it's still
characters.
too early to
So,
say for sure whether
really
this
cool
will be possible or
functionality
not.
right now.
But if everything goes
we
well,
do have a
while
big
there will
Vamos a
be
select
seleccionar el
for
personaje.
tag
able to
characters.
Se va a cambiar el
instantly switch the
tirón.
tech character
You know,
when
I
travel
would say
separate
that
is
it's
turned
pretty
off.
Mira, esto no me lo
easy to
esperaba,
use right
esta
now.
buena,
Really
esto
nice
se
that they
agradece.
have introduced the function
tener
where
que
you will be
tragarnos-
able to have your tag characters be in
Sí,
different
no,
locations
pero
in the world.
ahora
So you don't have to, you know,
tienes una
have two
pantalla de
characters that
carga
are
y
just
ahora
locked to being in the
Of
same
course,
position.
this
Eso lo
feature
van a
remains
quitar.
uncertain for
We're
now,
going
but
Vas
I
a
want
ir
to
al
assure
menú,
that
vas a
this
decir
so
que
that
quiero
you're
cambiar a
able
este
to tag your
personaje
characters
motivates us
y es
basically
como
on
que
the
se
work
va
even
a
harder.
cargar
So
automáticamente,
consider
no vas a
this
tener pantalla de carga.
as a little push for,
That
push
could be
for
done.
ourselves as well.
Imagine you just have like
We'll
your
do
friend just like 2v1.
our best to
no.
make this happen, just like Dine
Knock
Ardunat
down,
Doom,
switch
and that
combos,
drops
get
off the
berserker.
details for chapter Chapter 3. Now let me tell you when you can expect
we've
this
truly
update.
crossed the barrier into becoming a fighting game where you
just have these super extended combos where you just have your other tag character come into. That'd be crazy. Yeah, that'd be super cool. But yeah, really cool functionality. We do have lower loading screen time with our new native build right now. A lot of vendors are, speaking in terms of how they really like that the loading screens have been cut down. But this just, goes a step further. You don't even have to switch characters at all. You can just go and hit that key. Yeah, it's seamless. You switch right away.
Yeah, another more of the desert sounds great.
Yeah, more of the calendar showing the when it's going to take place. Again, we have our dates confirmed by us through our official notice, so don't worry about that. We'll get you all that information ahead of time so you know when it's done with the platform.
That's a lot. Nice. I think we really do need a better name.
Yeah.
So let's keep them coming.
A lot of quality of life things that adventurers are looking forward to. I think the treasure hunt really hits home, especially for a lot of our adventurers. I love just coming in the morning or checking my phone really at night and seeing
character tagging.
A disgruntled message from some adventurers saying, "Hey man, it's been about 6 years and 3 months I've been here every single day of my life in the rooms, man. Please let me out."
Well,
finally.
So now you finally have a way to experience other grind zones while also still going for those coveted treasure pieces.
Go into 3.5.
Yeah.
So yes, we are.
Just
before we move on to Adania,
so I think that'd be kind of cool.
I'd like to talk about first.
But I don't know.
Those who remember the last
Calpine horse, it kind of has like a nice ring to it.
It's the patch we were promised for removing resistance from PvP and grouping the class synergies. That's what I want to talk about now. I know you've all been waiting, chat. I've been seeing the removal of PvP resistance is a change to a core system that has been part of Black Desert since its
huge announcement for a lot of our
PvP
players out there. Jessup is really quickly diving into the PvP balance changes that we have slated in the new future. Of course, this comes with a heavy hand. We had a lot of deliberation going into this change because making a change something as big as just the PvP scene.
These challenges
it really impacts a lot of the combat for just class combat or in general some of the class strength. In the past,
some of our systems
you would have like a lot of the time people would just be very frustrated with some of the resistances that they encounter. Like you obviously grab the person, but it'll just be resisted, or some of your CC is just being resisted, so you kind of feel slighted out of some of the gameplay.
It pretty much required a complete rebuild
of
the
desert
modifiers, like warrior doing
which is why
X amount more damage.
Still, now that most of the work is finally wrapping up, on this very day, right before the launch of Adania, we're excited to
topic at
share
hand here
with our
with
adventurers the
resistances
changes
and,
we've
as you
prepared.
mentioned, Ash, the class
There's
modifiers
quite a bit to
had
say.
thus far. Of course, he's also mentioning that this is not something that is a light change at all. There is a lot of data that we have to pull in terms of seeing player sentiment and how each class performs in all the various contexts that we have in Black Desert. Yeah, this is a pretty big shift for balance in the game.
Second, removing resistance from PvP. Third, grouping synergy.
Yeah, as you can see here, once we just really, reiterating that streamlining all the experiences under one system is kind of the goal here, to make it feel as unified as possible.
Yeah, by unifying
specifically for evasion,
pretty much accuracy and evasion, making this kind of like more or less of the type of moving entirely as well too.
Now,
We're redefining the damage calculations and much more. So
conversion
but this is going to be like a nice change for a lot of people here.
Yeah, here starting off with that, you mentioned the accuracy and evasion changes that will be coming in.
will now be removed. Currently, each class receives different accuracy effects for each skill based on their unique characteristics. Because of this, balancing is difficult. And there have been certainly cases where things felt unfair depending on the situation. So we plan to remove all accuracy attached to individual skills,
exactly.
More so about plus 18 per skill.
It's more so going to be class skewing like the work.
This
more
might be
so about hey, your set has skills.
Yes.
You put the effort into learning the class, or
this
doing your best
stats
at that, and that will help you
accuracy
prevail
by 19%.
This is basically just making it so that the player has much more control of these type of stats instead of just happening to play a class that apparently has like plus 20% accuracy rate on all their skills or something like that, opposed to a class that is like starving for accuracy on a lot of their skills. They're going to be shifting a lot of these stats.
This way, every class will be able to use more diverse combos without being limited by skills that
moving the accuracy from different kind of classes.
Is about the damage reduction.
And they're actually adding into the infinite mastery that all classes will be getting. In terms of when you level up to like the 6, 60 onwards, getting the passive skill will include these
PvP players
very
may already
universal
know
stats.
this, but other adventurers might find this unfamiliar. The damage reduction rate have been applied as a multiplicative stat so far, but since it applies differently for various classes in the game, we are changing it to an additive calculation.
But yeah, it's going to be about damage reduction and super armor.
Just changing the formula
modifying the
would diminish the efficiency of skills
there,
and
but also
increase
super
damage reduction.
Pero van a modificarlo de la Guardia Frontal,
Adjusting the damage
entiendo.
reduction rate of these skills, along with the formula. We are sharing this as there are changes being made, but we'll make sure that it doesn't feel any different from before.
Yo, por ejemplo, si la Guardia Frontal me muero en PvP.
Next is on extra damage to species. We wish to
Tengo
clearly
muchas guardias
distinguish
frontales y
how
ahora
supplied
cuando
in
no te ataco de frente
PvP and
me
PvP.
desaparezco.
For example, extra damage to humans will no longer activate
personajes como
when
el
you
mago
fight
también.
with another
Eso
adventurer in
va a haber
PvP, and will
que
only
ver
activate
como-
against humanoid monsters.
Yeah, so really quickly, you just mentioned,
Instead,
some of the changes that will
effect
be coming to
applies
damage
the
reduction to
will be replaced
Iba a
with
ser
a
un
new
the same
extra
of it,
damage
but also
to
shifted so that it doesn't
This
feel so
will
oppressive in some
reduce
states.
confusion
And
by
this is talking
clearly
about how
distinguishing PvE
human damage is
and
no longer going to be applicable to actual the character. So like, if you're playing a
you might
character,
be worried
it's
about
an enemy character,
extra
like,
damage to
like a
humans.
warrior or
This
striker.
match will also
Human
add
damage
the
is
same amount of extra damage to characters
now a
to
separate
all
thing as well.
items
Yeah,
that
so they're
already
basically
have the extra damage
divorcing
to
the
effect.
adventure from this
Existing items
status
will be
where
updated in this way,
people can
and going
just stack
forward,
up a
we'll
whole
make
page of
appropriate
RBF
use
crystals
of
and have
extra
like
damage
a
to
massive
characters in
addition
various
to
ways.
human
There'll
damage.
be some
It'll be
changes
strictly
to
for
extra damage
humanoid
to
monsters
yourself.
on the
First,
world
extra
map,
damage
and in lieu
will no
of
longer
removing that
accept
PvP,
limit for
I guess
monster
crystal
zones.
functionality,
In
we're
other
also
words,
going to be
it will not go over the
introducing a
top.
new type of crystal
We're
that's tailored
preparing
for
a
PvP.
comprehensive reward to
Specifically,
ensure that the
so
difficulty
don't fret
and
if you are a
efficiency
heavy,
of monster
user
zones
of
are
these type
balanced
of
with
crystals
these
for
changes.
PvP
There are
engagements.
also
There will
additional
be
changes in
an
store,
alternate version
so stay
to come.
tuned.
Yeah, human damage
them
crystals are going to only
too.
affect things like they show on the screen, the blood monastery enemies, those are human
Yeah.
bandits, human
Yo te lo digo básicamente porque
keep
están
that
hablando
same
de
exact
From
thing,
now
like
on, the
monster
damage
damage,
calculation formula
human
for
damage,
summoned
Y
entity
de esto
kind
no
of
se
like
va
will be
a
the
ver.
same as
character
for your
damage as well.
character.
Yeah.
The
That
summons
name still
will now
work in
also
progress, of
benefit
course, but
from your character's damage
making it more
effects,
kind of
as well as any damage
Okay,
increasing
and the next topic here will be
that occur
about
in
summons.
certain
So,
situations.
for all you
On
tamers
the other
out there,
hand, extra damage to
wizards,
species
witches,
no longer
yeah,
ignore the target
I know
damage
that
reduction.
summons have kind of been
And
a bit of a
stats
contentious
will now
topic
be
in the
applied
past
to
with people,
summons
either
in the same
saying
way
that
as they
they're
are to
completely
characters,
bugged, or the
not
UI,
monsters.
the AI on
As I
them is
gave
completely
an
shot,
explanation
and
about
it's
extra
not
damage to
responsive,
species earlier,
and not acting the way that they would like them to.
by extra damage to characters.
And some of the damage numbers around summons have been kind of murky in the past too, because just the way that the damage is calculated, the summons isn't exactly on par with, say, if a character did the damage itself.
In Black Desert. And it took longer than we anticipated with how much work was needed. I'm personally happy that we're finally able to tidy things
Vaya,
up.
les ha costado darse
Pay
cuenta de que está
close attention until the
reventadísimo.
end.
Que no
Ensure
hay quien le
these
tosa.
updates do not cause issues with balance.
근데 이번 기회에 이제
Okay.
Those are some fundamental changes.
Yeah. So, now going to go over some of the PvP
Moving on to
No hay que esto
second
aprenden
area,
PvE ni en
removing PvP
PvP.
resistance.
Si tú
Going
quieres
forward,
traer
resistance
equipo
is quite
contrario,
literally
es que se
will no longer
revienta
apply
a
with
4
PvP.
kills y se queda
There are a few things to
Ni más
consider with this
ni
change.
ni
First,
fake.
Still work in progress.
effectuated
Yeah, still work in progress
resistances,
here.
so-called 3 minutes buffs or in passive
Oh, this
effects
is the big one.
will be replaced with other effects that switch characteristics.
So yeah, as mentioned
However, they
earlier,
will still be applied in PvE,
we
so
are
any resistance
moving
increases
the
attachment skill
resistances that
will
have
remain.
played the game's PvP
One of the
scene
biggest
since the
concerns
very
we
early
had
days.
when removing resistances
So I
from
guess a lot
PvP
of
was
the
grapple.
interactions that you'll
With
have
grapple
with
resistance
players
guns,
in
grapple
PvP
skills
will
will
feel more
become
honest now,
significantly more
because
powerful.
whoever
And
is
classes
more
with
skillful in
ranged
terms of landing
skills will become
CCs will be
disproportionately
rewarded
strong compared to
instead
those
of just having
melee
a
grapple.
random resistance be the
We
decider
plan
of
to
who
address
wins
this,
the
making
the fight.
distinguishable ranged grapple animations.
Yeah, so
For
grapple
example, a
has
wind-up
gone to,
animation
so
when
those,
attempting a ranged grapple.
you know,
And the speed and the style of these
berserkers,
animations
strikers,
will
warriors
play a key role in
have
balance.
their grab
Melee
action.
grapples will also go through some adjustments. We'll put our best efforts into making this change.
So here,
It
really
could be
quickly,
done
he
in a
does
different
mention
way
that
in the future.
with this
As
change
considered,
to
there is
resistance
other
being
methods
removed,
while
of
we
course,
prepare
a
this
lot of
change.
adventures will have
Y ahí está Milán,
That's nice.
kind of
aunque
like
buenas animaciones,
spheres
ya lo llevan
that some of
metiendo
the grab
varias
classes will just
semanas.
be uncontested
That's
now
definitely
because
Like the range
Pero
grabs,
bueno,
they have
exactly,
to be a bit more
especially with some of the
toned.
range grabs,
Yeah.
you
Está bien
kind
que
of
se
feel like a
preocupen
little
por
bit
el
hopeless
personaje de
because
uno,
now
¿sabes? No lo
not only
dejen
can you
ahí
not resist them at all, you just
arrinconado.
have no way
Additionally,
of playing
grapple
playing
resistance
against
is
them.
not used
Yeah,
against
but also
monsters
range
either.
grabs will have
So
more
the
of a
effect will be
telegraph
removed
way
entirely.
to understand that, hey,
Items
you're
that
really
currently
they're about to go
increase
for a
or
grab.
ignore
bueno,
grapple
pero
resistance
tiene-
will be
tiene-
converted to silver
It's
with
kind of
attachment
too
to be
strong.
received by
So
the
making it
adventure.
more telegraph will help make it more
Yo tengo
that
dos y
skill
ando
mindset where, hey,
Exactly.
I'm not just gonna mindlessly just run and grab you
Okay.
from
Next
far away.
up,
I'm just gonna now have to
grouping
be more
synergy
cautious, make
multipliers.
more telegraph for people to
Screen,
see.
please.
So definitely good to have that there.
Oh, so it's kind of split into three different.
And as she mentioned here, a lot of the items that, especially like crystals that you would have,
As you can see on the screen,
that provided these resistances will be refunded in form of silver.
synergy multipliers classes will be applied in three different groups, depending on the characteristics of each class. If you look at Ranger, you'll notice that Succession and Awakening are placed in different groups. Succession Ranger uses the range.
Sí, pero bueno, siempre que quitan cristal te dan
Primarily uses
dinero.
melee skill.
So this is going
Like
over
this,
the
as
class.
classes have different playstyles
Yeah.
between Succession and Awakening,
The gun there.
making them more appropriate
Yeah,
for different groups. We'll
I
also
feel like this is also kind of like a pretty touchy subject with our PvP adventures, just because it feels a little bit unfair per se.
Me salgo, ¿vale?
Your class maybe
Y ahora
doesn't perform so well
cuando hay
against
algo que
another
comentar,
class
me meto
strictly
adentro.
because of the innate
No te salgas-
modifiers that are
no te
placed in
salgas
the
de
game.
aquí.
decided to block
I guess like a
mouse
really
movement. This
egregious
update
one would be like Dark Knight versus like
Bueno.
a striker. You just feel like you're, hitting them with like a
Mouse
wet noodle just
movement.
because
Yeah.
by default they're taking
He
like
vuelto.
20%
The
plus
features
less
at the very
damage from your
beginning.
class.
And many adventurers have become accustomed to it, which is why we kept it in the game.
Yeah, this is more
But
so
over
tailored towards
time,
the PC
it
version,
began to
but
affect the balance
in the
of the game
past,
as it started to
adventurers
become
would
a
be able
deciding
to
factor in
manipulate their
adventures'
characters
skills.
using mouse movement to, move
So
in
along with
kind
the
of
aforementioned
unpredictable
changes,
ways.
We're taking this opportunity to fully disable
We just decided in the end
mouse
to remove this, I wouldn't even say feature, just functionality, just because it also kind of messes with the stability of the game as well. So removing this just is better for the ecosystem in general. Of course, this is not something we have to worry too much about.
Yeah.
Please note that we'll all be also making the appropriate improvements in its place.
Yeah. So this may have been very sudden for some, because it's not something that was mentioned last year. But as Wansu explained, there were many problems with it, and some structural issues that needed to be fixed. Mouse movement forcibly changes a character's movement.
So he's just assuring people that,
which directly leads
it may
to
feel that
issues
you
such
have
as
lost a lot of the
desynchronization,
agency
where
with
the screen you see
your
is
abilities
not
not being able
identical
to
the
manipulate
screen
them
other
in
players see.
the way
That's
of
why
using
we
mouse.
decided that blocking
But
mouse
of course,
movement
they will
will
be
lead to
working
a
on
more
ways to make
enjoyable
movement skills that
experience for
had
everyone,
this
as
possibility
well
in the
as
past
resolve the
more
desync issue.
intuitive
We'll prepare
and
this
feel like
change
you have
thoroughly,
more of
so we
like
can
a
provide better PvP
control
and
in
a
how
more
to maneuver with
stable
them.
combat environment. I mean, yeah, it's. I think people have all seen the videos. Now, for the last key area, improving the sense of growth. Going forward, if your AP is above 310. You'll gain +5 extra AP against monsters for every point of AP. Of course, these are still under tests for balance adjustments, so the numerical values may change. But up until now, while gear performance have always been important, once you reached a certain AP threshold, you likely noticed that the impact of further increases felt much less significant. This was intended to reduce the pressure of gear upgrades, but as time passed, we decided it's time for an improvement. For this, we're reworking the overall PvE system, including monster zones, to resolve this issue and create a better environment for everyone. Previously, monster zones had an unclear AP limit or soft cap, had inconsistent hunting efficiency, and some classes were even able to perform in higher level monster zones with lower AP. So, we first reassigned the AP requirement of all monster zones with care. Our goal is to clearly outline the required specs step by step, and to create a system where falling below the AP requirement significantly reduces your efficiency, while meeting the requirement provides clear rewards. We especially want you to really
En
feel
todas
the
las
result
zonas la
of
gente
increasing
sea
AP
más o
throughout this
menos igual
process.
de
That's why, as a part of this monster zone
chetada,
overhaul,
pero bueno,
we've designed the AP limits or soft caps in a much more systematic
no
way.
es un detalle
Systemic
menor,
way,
por así
sorry.
decir.
If your AP goes above the requirement of a monster zone, your efficiency
Porque
there
había
will not
zonas en
increase
las
sharply.
que
Instead, as your AP increases, you'll get better loot and experience
un
a clear
jugador,
sense
pues,
of growth by moving to a higher level monster zone. So
farmeaba
you
más
have
que,
no
mucho
reason
más
to
que otros.
stay in the same zone.
Cosa
Since
que
this
es
patch means
inevitable
meeting the AP requirement is essential for efficient hunting, we will reduce situations where monsters deal unexpectedly powerful attacks. That
porque
can
hay
instantly
muchos
incapacitate
personajes, pero bueno,
adventurers. In other
el
words,
hecho de que
preventing
intenten
getting one-shot. Next, let's talk about DP. At this time, we don't have any additional plans for DP bonuses. We are still thinking
Arreglarlo.
over this, however. Since Black Desert is a field-based game, we want to leave some room for adventurers to make up for lower
Está bien.
DP with their own skills. Our philosophy is that while AP has to be met, DP is something that can be overcome with skill. But instead, DP will be a set minimum requirement for challenge-based objectives, not regular fields, so open world monster zones, guys. In other words, instance dungeon content, if you don't meet the minimum DP, you won't be able to enter these types of content. That way, DP will still be a meaningful stat for those who work towards it, and it allows us to design the content to not be overwhelmingly difficult. Following this, boss blitz content such as Black Shrine or Ataraxian will have their AP and DP requirements adjusted. Like the monster zones, we plan to gradually ease the
mucho
difficulty of
esfuerzo para que
content that
Ataraxion
felt too
se
challenging.
utilice.
To summarize, moving forward, the efficiency of field monster zones will be designed around AP, while instant dungeon content like bosses will require adventurers to meet both AP
Que quieren
and
que
DP
los
requirements.
cap de AP
This will be our
sean de
philosophy
forma
in
más
redesigning
gradual
all monster zones and content. It will be a lot of changes, but we'll
para hacer
try
el
our
contenido.
best to ensure no part of this feels like a nerf. And this new approach is reflected in the upcoming new region, Edania.
Mazmorras de Etania. Vale,
Now
bien.
that wraps up the introduction to the relevant
Entiendo.
changes
A little
with so
fast.
many updates. Oh, we're not going into that part yet. Going ahead, chap, my bad. So as I was saying, this wraps up, and I know a lot of you might feel a bit confused, but at the same time, we hope there are people who see the positive side of bringing more structure and improvement, no matter how late it might feel. We too have our concerns about changing existing system. It's not the act of changing itself that worries us, but rather how these changes will affect our adventurers, you guys, how you might feel about it. Having love for this game, playing every day for years, and seeing it suddenly change could definitely make you feel a sense of loss or disappointment. Even so, we believe that the changes we've shared are essential for Black Desert to move forward and build a better future. We'll be putting all our efforts in, and we hope you'll continue
Aquí
to
ya están
support us.
divagando.
there's a lot included in these updates, so we won't roll everything out at once. Starting from July, so from next week, the updates will be gradually introduced on the Black Desert Lab, where they will be tested and refined for about a month. We're aiming to end. We're aiming for the end of July for the live service update, and we'll do our best for it.
We went a little ahead of him, but it's fine.
Yeah. It's
but it is a lot, and I think for a lot of adventures, it's a lot of big fundamental changes.
Yeah.
But it's kind of needed to make future stuff better, basically.
Yeah. A lot of this is 100% needed.
Like, there was like I think everyone I think I can understand now why this was called chapter 3.5.
Yeah.
It was really important. How do you feel, chat?
I don't know. What do you think, chat?
Yeah. I think like it's something that's
thumbs up, thumbs down.
I think all these changes are kind of meant for the next 10 years of Black Desert. It felt especially meaningful and in depth. But I think it's finally time for the next chapter, Adania.
Yeah.
But before we move on, there was a lot to take in, so we're going to have a small break.
Small break
To take it all in.
Water break.
Meanwhile, we'll have a clip with the ball schedule, so please go grab some water, hydrate, and we'll come back through the announcements. So in 10 minutes, everyone, 10 minutes. The Adania trailer.
Yep. Prepare, chat. We're about to step in. See you very soon. And we'll see you very soon.
Un descansillo de 10 minutos. Bueno, nos han puesto aquí a Bahía y a...
Paved, but nothing but smooth roads, but we had some bumps, unfortunately, and right now we're still working through all of the reported issues. We have some reported issues that are listed on known issues, and we have some that we saw with the FPS drops on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
We're still working through all that right now. I know you guys have been hammering home about that issue, and we're doing our best to address all that as well. So give us some time here. We're trying to get things squared away as fast as possible. People are working pretty much all day or so.
Yeah.
We're working to figure out what to do with the current situation of whether it be the reply issue that was on Xbox or FPS drops as well on PlayStation 5. Definitely hear you guys, and we do apologize for that.
It's honestly, it's not a great feeling. We feel you guys. It's something you guys have been waiting for a really long time, right?
Yes.
The new native version has been something that's been on everyone's mind for, years at this point.
Oh, yeah.
So, like Ash mentioned, this is something that we take very seriously. We're going to continue to monitor all the issues that are prevalent right now very closely. We did have a quick client update go out quite recently. I think it was not only... I think half a day by now, once the small client update went through.
Mm-hmm.
Please do try it out if you are a PlayStation adventurer, and let us know. Of course, your feedback is paramount to helping us identify the what else needs to be done here. Concerning the frame drop issue, we more or less have identified the issue here.
Yeah.
And just keep an eye out in the next few days or so, and we're hoping to get that fixed ASAP so everyone can continue enjoying the new version. Yeah.
That's our goal.
Yeah. So with that, we'll let you guys go. Sorry for eating up some of your break time here. I know some of you guys are probably really thirsty, probably want to grab a snack, but we just wanted to have a little bit of a discourse with you guys on the current situation. We want to thank you guys for your patience, and yeah, we'll see you guys very soon.
Yes, see you guys soon.
un descansillo. Vamos a aprovechar para volver con Sherma y que nos cuente un poco su opinión. Buenas. ¿Cómo se te ha quedado el cuerpo? No, pero lo digo porque están intentando, no sé tú, pero a mí me da la sensación de que están separando por un lado la versión de PC, por así decir, ¿vale? Y después por otro lado tenemos a Bahía y a Haas, que son dos de los gems del server de Black Desert Consola, comentando pues cosas como el upgrade de consola y otra serie de cambios a lo largo de toda la gala. Entonces, me da la sensación... No, pero digo que me da la sensación que esta gala le están queriendo dar más visibilidad a la comunidad de consola, de PlayStation y de Xbox. Que normalmente hablaban de PC solamente y después te ponían ahí cuatro pantallas, pero a lo largo de la gala pues ya nos han metido varias veces a Bahía y a Haas para que cuenten cosas de la versión de consola, cosa que por lo menos, bueno, yo agradezco que nos den un huequecillo, ¿no? Que no sea solo hablar de PC. Y no sé, veo un, digamos, veo un esfuerzo por parte de la compañía, y eso a mí como jugador de consola he de decir que tengo que agradecerlo, el hecho de que nos den nuestro huequecillo, ¿no? Sí, bueno. Sí. Y eso es un poco el asunto. Y eso es un poco el asunto. Repite que se te corta. Sí, eso lo dijeron. Eso lo dijeron en la gala anterior. Igual que también han comentado la entrada de la Tierra del Alba 2. Yo creo que va a entrar antes en la Tierra del Alba 2 que todo lo que están comentando hoy. No, o Luquita sí, obviamente, porque van a meter o Luquita para darnos las botas y la Tierra del Alba, pero la zona nueva esta que están comentando de Etenia y los personajes nuevos, yo creo que eso va a tardar un poquito más. Sí, eso está confirmado que va a salir. El tema es cuándo. La fecha es el... Mm. Mm. ¿Eh? Ah, están poniendo... Mira, Están poniendo a la gente que ha participado en el concurso de fotos. Qué guay. No, pero hay otros que pone abajo consola. Ajá. Sí, de la región de Asia. Supongo que en otros ya llevan 2 descansos. Es que a lo mejor en el primero han puesto los de Europa y no nos hemos dado cuenta. Sí, en otro corte que han hecho más cortito, también han puesto fotos así. Pero no me he dado cuenta de qué región eran, si eran de Estados Unidos o de... Sí, ya. Entonces creo que a nosotros nos han puesto al principio, en el otro descanso. Sí, ya, pero digo que Europa yo, como no lo hayan puesto en el otro descanso las fotos, no las he visto. Bueno, llega lo interesante, ¿no? Porque son las 10 de la mañana, ha empezado a las 8, queda 1 hora, tenemos 1 horita para que nos den los códigos, gente. ¿Qué es lo que creo que todo el mundo está esperando? Y que siempre se dejan para la última media hora. Vamos a ver qué nos cuentan. Ahora después del descanso en el que ellos han estado ahí haciendo un descanso al rollo Super Bowl. Con musicote. Aquí tenemos una intro. ¿Personaje nuevo? Sí, bueno, es que ya han dicho que iban a poner. Pero, por ejemplo, las skins de verano no las han puesto.
Okay, welcome back from the break, chat. I hope everyone's excited with that little trailer.
And that looked like a Danya in the video, so let's go right into chapter 4.
Okay. Here we go. Done.
Are we ready for chapter 4?
Yes. We're going to look at the new region, Idania.
A ver qué nos cuentan aquí.
Since it's a place filled with new challenges, we've given it a pretty grand title, Transcending All Limits.
Chapter 4.
Idania is located north of Valencia. You might remember the strait you crossed.
Si me lo pones en coreano,
Idania is the
si me lo
continent that
pones
stretches above
en
these
coreano,
cliffs.
no.
In the story of Black Desert, this region is occasionally mentioned under the name Iliali.
Like the mass face, that was really cool.
More like a more humanized version of Granda. That was
looks really cool. So you know, this has been content that was teased in the past few balls. Finally, we're getting this. You know, a little bit later on for us, of course, since we got to get through a lot of the content that we don't have yet. But yeah, this looks like a really cool little piece of content that's becoming. I think the whole point of this is to kind of control the area, the Demon Lands, you know. So as you can see there, it was Jordan was fighting through some of the challenges there, as he fights I guess it was like a frosted.
At the southwestern tip of the
honestly, it kind of looks like him, so I thought it was him.
I guess so,
but yeah, just like that boss that he was going up against, Hashin also had a little encounter with the boss there too.
To the right of the town.
Yeah, right now they're introducing the mechanisms of this new area.
Enslar's Orbiter Castle and Kafris.
So yeah, that's gonna be basically your main starting point. I can't really pronounce it, but it's like the Hakna settlement or something like that. So I guess when you break into this area, you're gonna be starting at that area. And as you can see here, we have 5 different castles that represents one of those bosses that you saw in the trailer that we just had now. And yeah, as the adventurer, your goal is to go around and conquer these different castles to, become the lord of the lands, the Idana of the land. I think it was, to be completely lore specific.
Crystal item and the special story quest.
This is going to be released in like 2 parts, so right now I'm looking at the chapters of chapter number 6, has 5 castles, Jardine, Roxala, Artian, Enslar, and Kafris.
Yeah, I think they're introducing some of the lore that was behind some of the bosses that we saw in the video. So Rasolka, I think her name was, had a little bit of like tidbits of lore sprinkled in some of the items and content that we've released already. And now you get a first look at her.
I was showing the order of like difficulty, so from easy to hard. Easy is one.
Yeah. So in part 2, they're going to be introducing the castles.
In the near future. As Edania marks the culmination of Black Desert's first 10 years, we've paid close attention to every detail.
So from the right, the castle furthest top right is going to be belonging to Morthanen, the dragon that was introduced in the land of, not land marine, like Mount Eternal Winter quest line. Big ol' eye in the wall with the frost around. So really cool to see more about these characters that we've met in the past and some characters that we've never seen before, just spoken about anymore.
So, that when you finally stand before the ultimate boss of this world, it will feel truly meaningful and convincing. Through this journey of overcoming her,
I'm liking this like more so fantasy, like dark fantasy vibe we're going into right now.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of the bosses, they feel like they are straight out of like a Souls-like game, you know what I mean? It's like the epicness is definitely there with a lot of the designs. I really like it.
Look at that guy, like so like Dark Prince-ish reading.
Wait, so I was right. That is
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, this is the one that I really like. Enslar, really, really cool.
Artian, and all these other familiar person, Lord Kafris. No, Kafris, he has a daughter. And here I was like, wait a second, Kafris.
So I guess a lot of these, the theme with these bosses is kind of just like a, I wouldn't say godlike, but they are very, very revered icons in the video lore. So bringing these characters to life here is something really cool.
Are we really going to take down Alezra this time? But this time, Edania will be truly different. We've carefully prepared a story that will make you say it was worth the wait. And the loose ends that need to be tied up will be resolved in part 1. And part 2 will leave you excited for the next chapter of the adventure. We've also put a lot of effort in the main quest. With plenty of cutscenes and cinematic moments, we hope you enjoyed the story.
So the loose ends here of the stories are going to be tied up here and adventures, but still getting more less experience.
For Edania's main quest, you'll
continuing the story past that too.
Previously, you could only start the next quest with the character character who completed the previous one, which was inconvenient for many. This time, as long as you've completed the final Gladios, you can start a Narnia main quest with any character in your family.
So just introducing that there will be a new quest line besides this as well. Of course, with each of our new regions, we do like to have a main quest line that goes along with it to give the adventurers some expose about the region, some of the story that goes along with it. So I think it'd be really cool to dive into some of these legendary figures in the Black Desert lore. Usually I'm not too big of a lore guy or like a questing type of
These bosses look super awesome.
Yeah.
Will take
place.
Really nice.
The castle with the lowest difficulty is your
Yeah, just going to be the various regions that are I guess, the dominion of each of these bosses shown here.
At first glance, the AP and DP requirements for the first region might seem a bit high, but since we are preparing
nice 3-year requirements,
Don't worry, we expect adventurers will be able to enter monster zones sooner than you might think.
No, console gamers are geared to achieve. That's one thing I know for sure.
We'll have the requirements that most adventurers can meet, but the bosses that follow will have significantly higher AP and DP requirements. The AP requirements for later castles go from 360, 365, 370 and up to 380, and DP requirements go from steadily up to 460.
This kind of like, I wasn't
You might think the DP requirements are a bit too high, but I will explain this.
30 to capture
450 AP, pero si tenemos nosotros 350 y vamos de
As
culo.
mentioned earlier, the difficulties of these monster zones are designed with incremental levels. They are
Imagínate,
divided to provide a clear sense of progress,
You're in a high
and
as
this
well.
design will continue naturally. Not only into part 1, but part 2 as well. Each monster zone also features a new mechanic, which I'm sure many of you are eager to learn more about.
no llegas.
So today we prepared a video
Con ese AP,
showcasing a
ya te están
trying to
diciendo
device
que te van a
the
poner
change
la
that we made
armadura de
earlier
sol.
with
Si eres
the
watch the video
incremental monster damage increases whenever you attain more and more AP with the new brackets. This will be a clear representation of your character getting stronger, as you will be able to feel that power come through when you hit these new levels, and especially when you challenge these bosses.
Sí, pero gente ballena, pero ya te están diciendo que lo siguiente que van a meter es la armadura del soberano. Entera, no las armas y la armadura. No las armas solo, sino la armadura. Si no, eso es inasumible. Pero poner la armadura del soberano sería una maldita locura. Sí, pero el problema es la defensa. El problema es la defensa.
Okay.
A ver, con las armas ya sé que las pelo tienes. El problema es la defensa. El 450 de defensa.
There will be a total of 5 bosses in Edania, and you'll be only able to take one boss per week.
450 de
To make
defensa,
up
para
for
que tú te hagas
this,
una
we made
idea.
it so that the higher the
Oh, as you can
difficulty,
see there, a
the
little
better
bit
the
of
Tengo 3 de las 4.
showcase
Since
of
this is
the
weekly content,
CB
and we
fighting.
don't
It
want
looked
to
pretty
make
cool.
it
Yeah,
over the
really
top.
cool, really cool
because
animations
this
coming
is
out from
another major
we
Con
saw
las
Ahsoka
4
there as
cojones
well
hoy,
and Slar.
teniéndolo
Yeah.
a full
Yeah.
set,
Awesome.
voy a
Awesome.
450.
No,
So
that's what I'm
just
saying.
one-
Like these
one boss
bosses are
is
tied
all we
into
need.
like the very deep-rooted lore of. I guess they all have like a class archetype that they're very familiar with as well.
Me parece una cantidad de.
Now let's move
de
on to loot
requisitos para
But yeah,
that you can earn in
fight
Edania.
looks really
First new
interesting.
artifact
Can't
and
wait till
milestone
we
items
get our
will be
hands on
added.
it ourselves. Looks
These
awesome.
aren't
Oh, yeah, it does.
entirely
I mean,
new
it looks
items
like it's
though.
gonna be difficult too. That requirements are pretty steep,
With
but
the
you know,
loot you gather defeating
we'll
monsters
definitely
in
make that up
Edania, you'll
easily.
be able to
Yeah.
reform your existing artifacts, like decky artifacts, to craft entirely
Yeah,
new
it may
ones.
feel like the
You can also
requirements
create
are
new
kind
lightstones
of
by
high
combining
and
existing ones
almost
with the new
Pero es que esa
materials.
gente.
feel like it's
Let's
gonna
show
take
you
forever
an
to get there,
example
but you know,
of a new artifact
I feel
and
like
lightstone.
for our veteran adventurers, this is something that
los
people
ballenas
can look forward to
Son menos del
interacting with in the
1%.
future, and it's just more
This
purposeful and new
is Dekia's
content to be
vision
added. So really cool.
Compared
he's
to the
going over
regular
some new
Dekia's
artifacts and lightstones as
No,
well.
This
So
one
you
gives an
quiero decir que el
additional all AP
porcentaje
plus
es muy
6.
bajo.
nice here.
Here, we have the amplified light stone
Que van a
of
tener-
fire.
So
van a tener que
right
hacer
now
algo.
they are
Taking
showcasing the
damage to
amplified
species +2.
light stones
Then
prior.
the
You can see
regular
on the
light
left side.
stone of the
As
fire
well, we
fall.
do have some of the
Also, if the
existing
light stones are the
artifacts
same
that will
type,
be amplified
like
as
light
well.
stone of fire fallen, and
We're
We're
la
no
mejor
stranger to
light
this
stone
in the
of
past, so
fire
obviously we've
fallen.
had like
still combined according to usual rules. And provide
crystals
the
that
same
can be,
combination
I
effects
guess,
as
modified
before.
to provide
In
stronger
Adani, we're
effects.
also
So this will be
introducing
in line with that,
Adani
just
models.
having
As
these
the
like
name
super
suggests,
powered
monsters you'll encounter
artifacts
here
and
will
light
be
stones
classified
for
as
our
Adani
already
monsters.
existing sets would be
And we're
super
adding
nice.
the extra
Cool.
damage
New
to
monster
Adani
type,
monster
Danian
stats.
monster, so
New
most likely going to
crystals,
be added to the, you know, we
also
have the
this
extra damage
stat.
to humans
Earlier,
and
we
extra
mentioned
damage
the
to
extra
like
damage to species will no
constructs, stuff
longer
like that.
contribute to
If we have
breaking through
extra
the
damage to
basic
Danians.
That said, the AP requirements
That'd be
are
cool
now
if this archetype would apply to all
Apa
monsters.
requerido por now?
Because I guess everyone is in a Dani,
High
but
tier monster.
I only say that because in the past you'd have something like extra monster damage to Kama Sylvian type, but like Kama Sylvia and Calpheon was kind of blended.
Yeah.
So like those like items such as like Narcs or just having like the extra damage to species in Kama Sylvia would apply to like stars and mobs and like also Ash Force mobs as well.
Of course.
So
De la
that'd be
zona
nice,
nueva.
but of course this is definitely going to be something that's very specific to the new zone.
Sí, pero para la
a
zona
life
nueva.
crystal and the vital crystal.
Here we're going through some of the new crystals that will be introduced.
And life skill mastery
Yeah,
buffs.
breathing
So, you no longer have
Verdure.
to switch between
Probably
crystals
saying it
for different
incorrectly.
setups.
Yeah, you got it. So this is
These
going to be the next step for the lifesteal crystals that we have so far as from Land Light. For all my life scale junkies out there, you know that every little bit of mastery counts. You know, like getting even like 4 or 8 mastery from an item is just like super nice. You can see Elfie's like popping on his chat right now, like life skill is sort of there. So something like that, I know that they're really excited for to get more mastery. You can't get enough mastery, right?
Yeah, I believe that those crystals are going to be for the Peony accessories. I'm quite sure they should be.
Yeah.
So we're obviously going to be getting that as well, so don't
No, no.
worry about that. I'll be looking
De
forward to
hecho,
that.
escúchame,
So-
de hecho muchas veces hay cristales más bajos y
And
ponen todos los cristales de
going on to
café.
the next topic here, we obviously do have our new streamlined elixirs in elixirs in harmony, and you know the mess that was the prior system
Con que
of
cuestan
having
de
like
gran los cristales de
20,
café.
yeah 20 different buffs. Now streamlined is just adding an extra layer to it, so you'll have stronger buffs to the various activities that you do.
And gem of the primordial. These are essential
Yeah,
materials.
so
for
obviously these
sovereign.
new elixirs and perfumes will be used
Cuestan
from the
tanto de
materials
que-
dropped in Edania.
The
Cuestan
sovereign
tanto de
sublet
crear que la
in a variety of ways.
cuestan tanto de crear que la gente no les está no les está
Material
creando.
Towards high
The
tier
new material for
Adani
crafting
can
the
customize
sovereign
los
sublet
cristales de
material.
While
café.
adventurers
So,
hold a steady
as
focus
mentioned
at the
prior,
start of
the
Adania,
sovereign
can use these
sub-weapon
materials
kind
and
of
aim for
functions a little bit
sovereign
differently in
sublet,
terms of how to
boosting
attain
their
it
Claro, no, que
compared to
llevan
the
tiempo.
old.
Gem of Primordial.
I guess not old, but the previous
Y el
weapons,
hicimos
which would be
un
Mayhem and
cálculo,
Awakening, they
calculamos
will
que
require
yendo a
these
full,
new materials that are dropped
antes de
from
3 años
Edania.
no los puedes
Um,
conseguir.
Fragments will be
I think this was done because,
Por eso me ha hecho gracia
you know, like the
que
the
digan
other
que
weapons
hay,
are basically going to be
cristales más
2
bajos
Pen
y
Black
contra la
Stars to
agilidad y
craft
cazar.
either main hand
O sea,
or Awakening weapon. But with
O sea,
the
si
offhand
los
in
cristales
particular, you
bajos
do have the 2
cuestan
different
3
types
años de
that
conseguir,
have 2 different, like complete, you know, completely
Imagínate
different functions in terms of kudos
que
and
va a
river.
costar
So
de
we're going to be
conseguir
introducing a new way to attain it.
es
That also ties in with the new region as well.
eso es burlarse del personal.
Yeah, and now Wantu is introducing methods that you can obtain it.
Yeah. Bosses, monster zones.
Yep.
네, 다음은
Shrine stuff.
에다니아 메인 전리품인데요.
Sí,
영상-
el que van a tener
So
que
jump into a quick
juntar,
video
o sea,
here.
lo van a tener que regalar, si no es imposible. Los cristales de Karazhan o la joyería. Si no, es imposible. O sea, esos cristales, para nosotros que llevamos 5 años de menos comparados con PC, porque hay que recordar que ellos han hecho el aniversario número 10, pero nosotros llevamos el número 5. O sea, no podemos, o sea, no podemos seguirles el ritmo. Como ya te he dicho, yendo a full se tarda entre 2 y 3 años, calculamos bien.
What you just saw is the new
En
primordial
conseguir
great
los
defense
cristales de
gear,
Karazhan.
Idana's defense gear.
Let's go.
As the next tier after Slumbering Origin Defense
super
gear,
insane armor set.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, so as you can probably see on the screen from that video there, that is going to be the next step up from what we have now. Currently we have the Fallen God armors that are, you know, have been the pinnacle of gearing for a while. Of course, for us on console, we're still awaiting the arrival of the Auto shoes that we should be seeing on the 10th. I'm sure everyone has like their little stash of enhancement materials ready for that. Yeah, so you know, this is a little bit of a peek into the future. Now that we've seen the newest set of armor, you can also get ready for that as well. So the little introductory to the new set of armor, it'll kind of function the same way that Karazad was introduced, as Jasaka is mentioning right now. So with Karazad, what we had was we don't want to. I think the best thing about playing Black Desert is that a lot of the systems that keep our gear relevant, no matter how long you play the game or you stepped away for a little bit, your gear always retains its inherent power level, and it's not phased out like any of the other like MMOs where every single patch is gonna be like you just throw away your entire gear set.
Bye bye.
Yeah. So same thing with this. You might feel like it's a little bit daunting to have to go into this entire new Adania armor set, but it really does just build upon the Fallen God pieces that you do have ready. As shown on the screen right now, this is just going to be some of the ways for you to, using that shard on the left side, you'll be able to enhance your Fallen God armor into the new armor set. But what I'm trying to say here is basically when you do the conversion to Karazad from, say, if you have like a double record accessory, or if you're just using like one of the other methods to craft like a clean Karazad, you retain some of the enhancement levels from before. So let's say like a pen double record would equate to having a Nav Karazad accessory. So much so the same with Fallen God armors, because we want to give players the retention of their character's strength while also giving them a little bit more to push forward.
Exactly, yeah.
So
same kind of Karazad building as well, right?
Yeah, so of course more progression, more goals to go for, but obviously we want to let you have the flexibility to do so in terms of, because like if you have the Fallen God armor, you get it to 10, it already hurts. Really, it's really hard to get 10 Fallen God armors already, and pen is like nigh impossible. We do have some crazy adventurers out there who have not only one piece, some of them we've seen in the logs have more than one pen Fallen God armor piece, which is absolutely just insane.
Yeah, and that guy, Sina, sent me a DM, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. We had to double check the logs to make sure that was a real picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going for pen Fallen God armor is not the most attainable thing. So with this new system, just like Karazad, you have a more incremental way to build up your Adania armor to feel those power boosts as you go, so it doesn't feel like the last step is just completely impossible. As you can see earlier in the graphic, if you have a pen Fallen God armor, which is of course very, very rare, it'll exchange into an opt piece of Adania armor.
Features an unparalleled design worthy of its name. Since the equipment is based on the world of Adania, it carries a dark and intense aura, with a design that radiates primordial power.
This next point is going to be very, very cool for some of our aesthetic players out there as well. As you can tell, this outfit is like the production value on this and the attention to detail with some of the effects on it is pretty crazy. We already have exactly the flowing hair really gives you like there's a boss from Dark Souls. I think it was like the Nameless King or something like that. It's like super cool, like flowing hair with the armor coming out. So what Jessup is saying here is with people who want to retain the look of their armor, in the past people have kind of complained that some of the best in slot armors haven't looked the best, but with this new set of armor it really does push that aesthetic to the maximum. Really cool looking set. So they're going to be allowing a way for adventurers to retain this outfit's look. Obviously if you want to just hide your pearl outfits and stuff, you could just have that as well, but I believe they're going to be including a way that if you unlock this piece of armor in its entirety, he's saying right now, if you acquire all 4 pieces, they'll give you kind of like a coupon of some sort that allows you to apply that armor's full set of appearance to your character, so you can rock it on your other classes as well. It's more or less kind of like a Orzeka feel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's going to be changed into like an outfit itself. Super cool.
No, no es que sea soleta, es que nos tienen que poner las botas.
I used to think that the Noguri cut, like the helmet was like the coolest one, but now this one kind of just like
takes the cake, right?
Yeah, like the flowing hair really does it. That's really nice.
Your sovereign weapon grant another plus 3 AP. That's a total of 6 AP. With these changes, a reformed sovereign weapon will go
Yep, so here just going over some of the stat changes to some of the sovereign weapons at different enhancement levels. Just really quickly going over that, you'll get plus 1 AP for pen, hex, and set, and furthermore, making it so that the total AP gain will be plus 6 at the end.
Sovereign main weapon will receive and to help balance the increased evasion, they'll gain an additional plus 50.
Yep, as you see,
there you go.
Sovereign main hand can now be reformed. I mean, obviously, before most, actually, I don't think any main hand, even Black Sword can't be reformed at all.
Yeah.
Sovereign will be getting a reform coming soon. Yeah. So this is going to go for the max, I believe, is 6 AP at the max with 50 accuracy. So pretty sizable jump right there.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is good news or bad news to some of our adventurers, because that Garmon's heart is quite elusive for some of us. I know that you are quite the lucky dog yourself.
As I mentioned earlier,
what are you on, like your 4th Garmon's heart or something like that? Yeah, so
as you can see on the screen here, yeah, just as mentioned that on July 9th, all adventurers are going to be receiving the inverted Garmon heart. So of course, it's because of Sovereign main hand. So this means that for us, we don't have Sovereign main hand just yet. So once the Sovereign weapon series comes to console, we'll also be giving this out at that time. So so currently on July 9th for the next patch, we're not going to be getting this yet. But once Sovereign weapons make their appearance on console, we will definitely be getting this free coupon related. Everything be all
yeah,
for
we'll
us.
find a good chance to hook everyone up as well.
Yeah.
You will not be left behind in this, and yeah, you'll have a head start on enhancing some of your weapons, or I guess upgrading them with the Garmon's heart.
Yeah, just giving the cart for like what's it used for, which is the Sovereign weapon main hand. That's all it's used for.
See, chat, we're getting our extra stats ready for Adania. You were worried, but let's go.
Finally, I would like to introduce a new PvP content, the highlight of the Edania update.
PvP.
It was briefly mentioned last year, and it's Edana's throne.
Just a quick note, past putting it on your sovereign weapon, or some of the other weapons we have recently. Some adventurers maybe they just start their journey, they might not even have their first Garmon's heart, so this is going to be something really huge that they can upgrade. Drop into your awakening weapon for extra crystal slots, or some of the substats on your offhand weapon. Just super nice for everyone to have.
Yeah, and also a quick tidbit. I know some people are probably watching like, oh my goodness, my Garmon heart is not worthless. No, it's actually untradeable at this moment. So don't have to worry about that flooding the marketplace. Again, we'll be having the free inverted Garmon heart once dog weapons to make their appearance on console. We have more information about that on our notice once that comes in events. Give you some kind of like advance for notice about when it's actually coming. So don't worry about it right now.
Oh, and on the screen right here, as you can see, Wansu is glossing over the throne of Edana. It's going to be your nice little chair if you do become the lord of the castle in the 5 castles that we have introduced in this new zone.
The 7 have the highest combined AP and DP are selected.
Now he's introducing the Battle of Edana that will happen. You say each week, I think he said?
Yeah, I believe it happens. It's the first week between the 100 or between the 7 best, and then afterwards the following week would be a 1v1.
Yeah, so basically the gist of the Demon Land region will be each cycle will have an Adana of each region, and this will be basically the adventure that trumps everyone else in combat. It will be selected from a pool of the top adventures, I believe.
7 are based off your stat rates, and then 3 are just at random.
Yeah, and it'll be like a total of 7 for the first one.
Total of 10 for the first week, and then afterwards a 1v1
to see who either holds the spot of Adana or the challenger takes over the throne.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Uniquely designed
so
to match the team.
This is pretty cool. It really gives you a sense of, I guess, accomplishment in the game, because you literally own a region in the game itself. So Wansu is introducing now the benefits of being the Adana of a region right now.
And the text
this would be like exclusive chat, no done penalty for the castle, money round, tax share. We'll be more specific about that very soon. Drop rate blessing.
I mean, before we get on to that, let's just let them, you kind of getting yourself, Ash, but yeah.
And switching servers.
As you mentioned, the taxes from the region will be spoils of the victor, I guess. But yeah, I think the really cool thing with a lot of this is, obviously monetary gain is cool, silver is cool, and all that. But some of the intangibles, or I guess in this case, a very tangible item is a crown that you're going to be getting. Each castle does have its theme, of course. It's being based off some of the icons from the Black Desert world. So if you do claim the top spot in any of these castles, you will be awarded with a themed crown for each of those regions. So I know currently right now in the game, some people like wearing the costume where it's like literally just a crown on their head.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so now you'll have like a themed crown, for whatever region you hold, which will be super cool.
Over the 1 week of your rule.
Ghost, he's going over the blessings at Anakin now.
Micromanage the
Demon Lord.
That is it on the powers of Edana.
Nice.
To give you an example, you really feel his
So
strength
this
as an
quest
Edana
works as, I guess,
and go around.
I know everyone loves to get GM buffs, because who doesn't love a little extra drop rate to get more games with. So basically the Adana's blessing allows for the Adana to bless the region that they're in with this extra drop rate.
Every
buff,
aspect
as you see,
of the monsters on
it
is
can also
controlled by Adana.
maximum
Now
drop
I
rate
know
buff
this
is
might
usually going to
cast
be around
Adana's
300%,
headlight,
maybe 350 on Archer servers,
I also think it's important
to 400%.
to use this blessing
absolutely crazy.
wisely and keep things
Porque ese
balanced.
buffo se ocupa todo. Que también podría hacer la acción.
Okay. This Adana's throne is a whole new kind of PvP content. We are trying, unlike previous content that focused on guilds. This system is built around
Tenía thrones.
So like this, again, trying newer forms of PvP content, more like thinking outside the box, trying this way of trying to bring out new things for people to try and enjoy.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. It kind of gives a whole new twist on the idea of King of the Hill. That's like a fun game mode that some people like to run in Battle Arena to see.
Favorite from all games.
Yeah, to see who holds the top spot for the longest. Now it's going to be implemented into the open world as an actual piece of content, so that's really cool.
What do you think
Y
about
que va a
it,
tener
Jack?
influencia.
What do we
pero
think?
no estoy diciendo cómo.
Since the first new region in a while based on Black Desert's lore after Land of the Morning Light, I hope many of you are excited for what's to come. I'm sure the
What do you think about Dania?
is what you're most
Looks really nice. I
Yeah,
like it.
I really love the designs
will be
of
updated on
the bosses. I can't say that enough. I feel like the art team really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Oh yeah.
Especially with some of the characters that you've never seen before. I feel like we might have seen characters before at some point, but one guy was just
I
like
didn't know he was a dragon.
flaming I don't even know, is it a dragon or whatever it was? That was really insane. So just seeing some of the boss designs was really cool. Gets me really hyped about the lore of the region too. Gonna be interested in the quest line for sure.
I like the way that this kind of dark lore, because Black Desert is actually a really dark place. You look at the lore, like it's not not sunshine and rainbows. This kind of like brings it back home.
Yeah.
After Landmine Light, kind of brings it back into this like dark lore of like who you are as an adventurer, and what you're doing, experiencing different regions like this. It's definitely
Like, I think our MC is talking about how he used to imagine beating up bad guys.
So, looks like they're bringing something out. Ooh. That's just in the chair for the MC. I thought they were bringing out like another...
He's been standing for quite a while.
Gifts? Yeah. Of course, my friend here has been holding it down for the broadcast, so they just got him a new seat to sit.
And the MC is asking if he can always be invited back but every year, as he really enjoys seeing our adventurers' excited faces. But this isn't the end. There's still something we mentioned at the start that we have to come back to. I think it's finally time for
Más que abandonada, está muy en la esquina del mapa. Entonces, a no ser que hagan algo muy bueno, la gente no va a ir.
The 30th class of Black
Es
Desert.
como Gala, cuenta.
Let's go.
So,
I think a lot of people
perhaps?
know already.
Hay eventos que dan contribución y cosas.
Looks like we have some news here from Jessa.
A lot of, I think our host has mentioned how he's always loved Journey to the West.
Hay una bruja
Dragon Ball.
New class announced Wukong.
Haces una misión y te da...
Related content
sitting there.
lately.
Super cool.
He's very confident.
I think many were surprised to hear that the Monkey King is coming to Black Desert.
No, pero porque es lo que te digo, está muy en la
There's been
esquina.
rumblings in the community about adding this class.
Tienes que
It's
ir a algo,
been,
no
you know,
vas. Es como Grana está vacío.
you know, some of the other versions of Black Desert, but it's super nice to see that it's finally coming out for the global regions as well.
All the Shrek brothers out there saying Ook is now are going to be really happy. Like, yes, finally, it's come true. The monkey within me shall become.
Nice,
Now
nice.
today, we're excited to present the new class with its official name, Wukong, to all who want.
Right, Xing She. You've probably seen him on
Yeah,
those
so
Chinese
just going
mobile
through
server
kind of the
already.
history of the development of this class. It's been conceptualized since the 2020. It's been in the cards for a while now. Of course, it's been released as Xingza on Black Desert Mobile. And yeah, just really excited to see it finally come out for all different platforms now that we have you know, the rebrand, I guess.
Yeah.
The official name for the class now, Wukong.
And showcases skills in the combat.
I know some people are probably wondering, what about console game Wukong? Well, you know, of course we're getting Wukong, but right now we have July 10th, we have Deadeye coming out and Nikita. So carrying that same exact kind of formula after Deadeye will probably, well, most likely would definitely be Wukong because it's
Also,
praying for it to come soon. Looks really cool.
I know all the Ook brothers out there are looking forward to this, so
and after all the
definitely make sure to get that out
seems
ASAP.
a bit kind of weak. So we're very curious about Wukong's background.
Well, we'll get to Edania in just a moment, but Wukong is
It'd be really
set
cool,
as a
like,
descendant
He
of the
just summons like a herd of like monkeys.
So Wukong
Yeah,
is
okay, maybe not actual monkeys, but
has
I think that is quite an interesting thing that they are bringing up, because in classic mythology, Wukong is monkey, so it's interesting to see that, you know, in our game he's just going to be more humanoid, I guess.
Details about the gods, I believe was he sealed in the mountain afterwards because the gods couldn't deal with him, he was too strong.
I hope you all look forward to
Some more lore.
One.
So I guess tying the backstory
all look forward
in
to
here
story
with
with
some of
Wukong.
our existing classes.
Without further ado, let's look at the combat, which is I think what most adventurers are looking forward
¿Qué es
to.
el Milan?
Looks like Wukong has a special
Vengo ahora.
push, perhaps?
Oh,
Quiero
yeah.
escuchar esto.
Ash out here shipping our characters.
Hey man, you know, romance is amazing. I love to see it.
전투가 굉장히 중요하다라고 생각하지 않겠습니까?
So we will jump
Quiero
into
escuchar
some of the
esto de
combat. I
Milán.
hope.
Let's see his flourishing moves.
보여주실 게 있으시겠죠?
Everyone's looking forward to see how he plays, so
Yeah, Lara
Why not?
has been waiting for a male class. So let's see.
here we go.
El personaje nuevo. ¡Hola! ¡Qué brutalidad! Se da un aire al personaje del Wukong, ¿eh? No quiero decir nada y lo digo todo.
Oh, damn. Did you see the 200% taking his hair out for the clone?
There's like something like that was hot. Like he was so like intense, but in the video, you got a general sense of how the class plays.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, what a showcase.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a different weapon than a
Summons the
powerful.
monkeys too. I saw it at the very end.
Yeah, I feel like every single time they come with a new class, they keep on one upping the ante. That was really crazy. Especially the Nimbus ability that he gets to fly around with.
The iconic one.
Unlike his
It was like riding on a cloud. I mean, come on. If we could do that one day, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think his 200% too also looks really cool. He's just chilling on his cloud while the clones are doing his bidding.
I saw someone said day one Wukong main. I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hope everyone is excited to jump into that class when it comes.
Really fast.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's
but
gonna be
what are
really
his
fun,
key
honestly.
features?
The basic combat style with the power pole is all about fast, concise combos. Rather than explaining,
Okay,
let
so
me show you
much
directly.
like our Scholar and Archer classes, Wukong will be released as an Ascension class, which basically means that when he's released, he'll have access to both his pre-awakening kit as well as his awakening kit from level 1.
Yes.
They are intertwined, so really cool. I do like Ascension classes a lot myself.
As you just saw, while
When
the
I did
attack
start
range
Black
isn't
Desert,
huge,
I was an
Wukong
Archer
excels
main,
at
and the
chaining
gameplay just feels so
attacks
fluid.
into
Obviously with this class as well,
You can also
it
use
looks like
Zoya
that will be the case as well.
Sword battle.
The combat right here.
Power of his
Was that a
ancestors.
grab that I saw at the beginning of the
Could-
clip there?
The
Could
fighting
have sworn I
Buddha
saw a
state.
grab.
When the guard battle is
Pretty
full,
much
you
like,
can
there you
activate
go,
the
there it
There's
is
a
again.
grab. Yep.
and fight in this state.
It's like,
And the fighting
get
Buddha,
out of trash.
Oh
achieved
man, we're gonna have a
light.
problem. Oh, we're gonna have a
Unleash the
problem.
power poles through
This
strength.
looks like
Again, it's better to
Musa
show
mains.
than
I'm
tell.
sorry. I think
So
I
let's
might have
watch
to get
the
those
video.
reroll coupons ready. It's looking like a Musa 2.0 here.
I like the flame color too. Nice, like a hot pink and like red and orange mixed together. Really
Yeah,
nice.
super cool. Wow.
Extending the pole.
Again, the range grab seemed really telegraphed, so you know it's coming.
Yeah, yeah.
Entiendo que será un personaje de voluntad. Y voy a grapear referencia.
Nice flourishing moves
As
there.
you saw,
Beautiful.
once you enter fighting with a state, your power pole starts to stretch, increasing your attack range, letting your
AoE on this class is
satisfying
insane.
attacks.
Oh yes.
And if you paid close attention, then you land hits with your extended power pole, your next
flip
build
state.
will instantly close
Ah,
the
I
distance
see. So
to
it's
the
a
target. So
I guess
as long as you
unique
keep hitting,
gauge for the
you'll
class
naturally
itself.
move towards enemies.
I guess called
Instead
the
of standing
Buddha
still,
stance, as
allowing for
introduced by
continuous
Wantu.
combat.
As you can
Also,
see,
while in
his
Buddha
staff's
state,
range
Shadows
increases
appear to help you
by
in
a
battle.
crazy
They're
amount there,
not
being able
quite
to
like
hit
Magus
so many
illusory
targets.
doubles, but more
Obviously,
like
there's only 3
As
guys.
it
like
should. I
weapons
mean,
free
he's
nature.
Wukong. That
As they
staff
assist
goes
you
to
into
Yeah,
the
the
clouds.
it's par for
The
course
fighting
with
Buddha
his lore.
state
Yeah.
He's infinitely
one of
extending
you can
stick
maintain
that
it
he
as long
has
as you
there.
like. You just need to keep
Super nice
absorbing
effects
low
for
energy
sure.
from enemies
Oh, yeah.
with your cord battle now and then. While the attack range
Wow, looks
increases
great.
and Shadow appears in this state, your combo speed will decrease compared to basic combat mode.
I see the chat here is
Some people might have missed
they're
it.
either up
Here's
in
a
arms
separate
about
video
Musa
of
or
Wukong
all
atop
conforming
and
to
flying Nimbus. Let's take
just
a look.
straight up being Wukong mains.
This is really cool. That explains the video chasing long.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of the players in the community have been waiting for the next male class. It seems like forever since the last one.
Like the Nimbus really
Actually, not really.
speaks to, like,
Dosa was not too
Wukong's
long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, we love seeing great designs come out
Yeah,
for
to sum things up,
our male
as
classes
you've
as well.
seen,
And this is
the
definitely
new
up to
Wukong
par.
class
This is
features a
super cool.
fast-paced, combo-heavy
more of
combat
his
style.
Nimbus
Just like
style.
The
just chilling in
signature
the clouds,
fighting
just,
Buddha state lets you pull off some exhilarating
Love that.
moves. And with the flying Nimbus, you'll have the
The nice
mobility
staff,
you need
the nice
when you
stance, the
need it.
staff on the cloud there.
That said,
Love that too.
what players
mobility
call
on that is
Hawk
insane.
mobility
I am definitely
is
a
a bit
Nimbus
of weak
enjoyer.
point. Short dashes aren't is its strong suit.
Yeah, I agree with Chad
However,
here. The
Wukong
Nimbus
does
Cloud
have
is
a grab
definitely,
skill.
I feel
So
like
in
this is the
PvP,
coolest part.
you can
Especially
keep
with
your
this like
distance.
sped up version where he gets like super speed.
Wait for your opponent to
I
make a
wonder if
move.
like movement
then
speed
punish
are
them
really
with a
buffs
solid
would
counter.
influence how fast it goes.
That's another
I think it
way to
probably
approach
would.
combat with this class.
Yeah, with like the range, because I know that with movement speed, some of your movement abilities travel a little bit further.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't say it's totally new in
Yeah,
Halo,
well,
but
what
it's
a-
definitely a class we can look forward to.
What an escape, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're working hard
Jeez.
on this, so
Just
I
jump
hope
into a
everyone
ball,
is excited.
let off all your skills, and just ride on this cloud and dip.
All this sounds
Unless
great,
someone
but
grabs
when is
you
it
from
releasing?
there. Oh, he's getting away.
Oh, Jim, I think you know how we do things here. Maybe you should make the announcement.
All right, everyone, the new Wukong class launches next week. It's coming July 2nd. We hope you're as excited as
RMC
we
asking the
are.
real pressing
Let's
question.
go.
Yeah, see.
When will this class release?
신캐는 질질 끄는 거 정말 싫어합니다. 예. 신규 클래스 506 바로 다음 주 7월 2일에
Also,
출시가
after the
됩니다.
ball, you can
Really
try out
soon.
the new
Yeah, really
Wukong
soon,
class
wow.
yeah.
on the Black Desert Global Lab starting
허리병에
today.
기부 와서
Hope you enjoy
Wow.
checking out in advance. As the console release schedule.
So yeah, I hope that we can, you know, bring this class into console ASAP.
Yeah.
Move on to the next
Again, this
topic.
class is going to be releasing on July 2nd
Before
for
that, just a
PC,
moment. You mentioned
console,
the Dani members
as you see by
and so well,
telling you right now. It'll be announced separately here.
we'd like to share.
But our goal with releasing these classes, I know that
Oh yeah.
it might sound like a broken record at this point, but of course we want to definitely line up the release dates as much as possible.
Yeah.
So we beg for your patience, and we will definitely release this class for console as soon as possible.
I wonder what that is,
I mean,
chat.
Look at the class, like, come on now, we gotta have that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, Deadeye and Lukia will be coming out July 10th. That's our current schedule right now. In terms of what content comes out after. Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Another
What
reveal?
is this?
Is internally
This is
named Savior.
a very.
As you
This is
can
a.
see,
Looks
She's
like
winning a
she is a
grace
female
sword.
knight who wields a
I guess paladin wouldn't be the right word for it.
I
Female
am
warrior class?
I am a-
might already have guessed her vibe from her character
I am
design.
a main warrior,
We're creating the character for
and
all
now
those
I have a
adventures
wife
who
for my
dream
warrior.
for
Look at that,
the
amazing
great sword class.
chef's kiss right there.
Draconian.
Wow, this is
Savior
really,
class.
really cool.
Zweihander. Savior's weapon resembles a claymore, and as you
So
can
right
see
now
from
we're
the
showing an
size,
early
it should be
teaser
closer to
for
a female
the
version of
future
Awakening
class that we
Warrior.
are designing right now.
Nueva novela de
That's
clase
been
para
naming
todos.
this class
Wow,
since,
the design is
It's a
actually
great
really
sword class,
insane.
everyone.
Yeah.
So the class's name
my tag.
is going to be Savior, I believe,
Savior.
right?
Monkey and
So
Savior,
maybe it has
that's
some sort of themes with
Today
you know,
we
Saving
focused
all the
on
warriors'
introducing
hearts,
the
'cause we
Dani
now have a
But the
wife.
new class we revealed, Wukong,
Sorry,
doesn't
Valkyrie.
really tie in with the Dani.
yeah, this is
Still
really
a lot
cool.
of adventurers
It's
were
really
hoping
nice.
for
I
a
love
new
this.
class that
Design
fits
is
the Dani.
really intricate too.
Savior is the
Gives that kind of like
fits
fancy vibe to it.
It
Definitely, I know that a lot of
narratively
people
and
are big fans of having, you know, the fully clad armor sets. This is kind of like an in-between, but definitely it gives much more sense of a heavy-duty armor set for this new class. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Someone said tagging tagging her. I can imagine that warrior combo. You go very great with them.
Yo, we're going back to the extended combos again, man.
Let's go.
It's like, hold on, I'm a combo warrior. Let me finish. Tag. Combo again.
So
I think we're
right
all saying
now
that
we
sounds
have
great.
not yet
And I don't think
a
we're
planned
waiting for
release
such a
date
new
for
class,
this
like another
class.
new class,
We just
actually.
wanted to give everyone a little bit of a sneak
Today
peek
we've
into
made
it.
this journey with our adventures.
Definitely looks cool.
All the way to Adania.
you know,
and we also with the new classes.
You know, it's still limited what we can see so far, but I love the design and everything. Yeah, look forward to that class in the future.
Oh yes, this is gonna be great.
Ah.
이쯤 되면 특히나
What could it be?
여름에는 많은 분들이 이제 기대하는 게 있지 않습니까?
Well,
Again, like these classes like give you
And the last
ways to
ball.
play. And I know some players like to
said
play
shine
like
more
a warrior,
of
but
the
they don't want to be a
spotlight
guy. It would be a
on
girl.
the honor and
Chance.
There you go.
It is.
We've got the solution.
And he's gonna play
recognize
probably
the
drastically different than a warrior too. So
She
it's
looks
gonna be
pretty tanky. She might just be like a really good frontline
when the
class.
PvP
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna
related
probably
updates of
like
July
more so, you know, like so warrior's kind of like a bruiser class, right? But
will
I
be
think she
hosting
may
a
just be the frontline one.
to decide the strongest of each each class.
tournament.
Let's watch the video.
7월에 앞서 저희가 설명드렸던 PVP 패치들이 좀 마무리되면은
Julio.
이 클래스별 좀 최강자를 가리는 대회
Oh,
하나를
so right now we are introducing a new tournament that we are planning to hold.
Oh yes.
So recently this year we finally brought
와,
Is it time to cook?
Yes. So, this is our class championship, the master class.
Nice.
So,
Round the
yeah,
best of each
sorry for being cut off there, but as you can see from the teaser there, we have a new tournament that's being announced, which is called Masterclass.
And
It
there's
will
this
kind of
pen
function
symbol.
like best in class
Middle.
tournament that we've
Right.
seen in the past
What does that
before.
mean?
We saw the great reception
That's
from our
pen
community when we had
We do
hosted
have higher
our
enhancement
Arena
levels
of
now
Arsha
today.
tournament 2025
But
Oh,
if
yeah.
Black
across
Desert
all
finds
regions.
you try 10
There was
pens
such a
iconic.
massive turnout and so many
And pen is
adventures
the
were
V.
hyped to get into that.
It's the symbol of
So we
strength.
want to continue that
That's why
trend
we
of
put pen
honoring
right in the
the skilled
center.
PvPers
That
in our
makes sense.
community
And,
and really highlighting their
how will we
achievements.
crown the
So
top
yeah, look
adventurers
forward to
for
this
each class
tournament
then?
in the future.
And can you tell us
It'll
more about the
be
format?
Sure. For example,
the details are still not
Warriors
locked
will go
in,
up against
Yeah.
but it'll
Warriors.
kind of be like a
Rangers
gauntlet
versus
where
Rangers,
we'll have
which will
one
be
winner per
1-on-1
class.
matches within
Obviously,
the
we'll
same
have
class.
up to 30
Until
classes
only
when they're all
one
releases. It'll be held in an
Out of the
official
29 classes in our game, we
manner
will
with
pick the best,
obviously
the
juicy
master.
Pearl rewards.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm sure that
with
some of
today's
the
reveal of
rewards
Wukong,
such as the
that's
Arsha
now
weapons
30 classes
in the past
altogether
might
going
sneak
forward.
their way into this
The
event
class
as well.
championship will
But yeah,
live
keep your eyes
on
peeled for
under
this.
the name Masterclass,
I
while 2v2
believe
and
for
3v3
console we
battles will
don't yet
continue
have
in
a
Arena of
concrete
Arsha
schedule
and
of when this will be
what are the requirements?
live for us. But
Since
of
this
course,
is about
once we
finding
do have
strongest of each class,
all the
Don't
details
versus
ironed out,
this,
we'll post it on our official website. And
Not
for
just anyone can
everyone
enter.
who's interested,
True to its
please
name,
do join.
only
We
adventurers
can see
in
here
the
talk
top
about the entry
5% of
requirements for
PS4
this.
kids
You may be
in their
wondering,
class will
what?
qualify
This
for
is the master class though,
And since
so
the actual gear score will vary depending on when the tournament is held, we'll give you specific details as we
yeah, but
accept
again,
sign-ups.
it's not going to be just
Some
for
of
everyone.
eligibility
Top
is restricted by
5% gear score per
but the
class.
tournament
So
will
if you have that main that you like to play, whether it's Warrior, Striker, Deadeye when it comes out,
So,
or even Wukong, depending on
to be
when the
top
tournament's going to be held per
5% gear
console.
score in your class to enter,
Being top
but the
5%
actual
gear score and
tournament,
choosing that
everyone
would be
uses the same
your
gear.
goal
Yeah.
to
And I
gain a
think that's
tournament.
pretty-
So this is going to be looking for the most seasoned veteran adventurer
Every
in
time
all
we
sense
run
of
an official
the
tournament, this is a real dilemma.
definition.
Conditions should be
You
fair,
also have to
but
have
an
the
MMORPG
gear to go along with the
gear is
skills.
part
Of
the
course.
player's
Yeah.
skills,
So-
right?
But don't worry, it's
We've
going to
always
be
wrestled
equalized
with that, and
gear
we've got
during
a
the
lot of
event
feedback
period. So
from
you have your
community.
own individual gear,
But since the
to
tournament
kind
is
of
about
meet that
deciding
requirement.
the
And
very
then
best of
once you
each
get
class,
into the
we
actual
felt
tournament, it's
you
going to be
should
equalized.
show
So it's going to be straight up
top
skill,
skill.
your thumbs,
So
the
these are
controller.
the rules we set
You
for
focus
God.
on the screen, seeing who can do the best. So that's what's going to happen
Yeah,
right
looks
there.
really
for you guys.
exciting.
이런 고민이 늘 있었습니다. 그래서 실제로 이제 대회를 하면
Does this mean
문제를
since
두고서 여러
5%
Ay, la madre que
means the
Yeah, and
participants
there is a
probably
little bit of
differ based
confusion
on
in chat there, but as Ash said,
Yes.
the
As you said,
gear requirement will only be for
Participation will
qualifying
likely vary
Yeah.
by
to be
class,
part of
and
this
some classes may have
top
less competition.
master class
But as
tournament.
long as the
But
rules are
once
clear,
you are
we
on
still
the
believe
battlefield
it's meaningful
facing off
to
against
crown
your
a
opponent,
master,
the gear will be
regardless
equalized.
of how many
So
players
the
come
playing
in.
field would be, as fair as
We
possible.
did consider splitting Succession and Awakening, but in the end, we decided against it. That would have meant managing over 50 classes, which would be too much to handle. So for now, we'll stick to the tournament per class. And if the top
Okay, think of one
5%
person that's
ends
going to
up
qualify
creating
for this.
gaps in
Really,
participation,
Sinus,
we'll
Cena,
stay
Sinus.
flexible and
Yeah.
make adjustments
That's
as
an
from the Smoke
automatic
Guild,
buy.
yeah.
무난하지 않고 진행하는 것으로 좀 결정을
He's
했습니다.
very strong already.
I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
These are just like guidelines for
I don't think this should be too much of an issue for our console
But I
adventurers.
think
I know
all
that a lot of
the
people are
classes-
sitting on
Madre mía.
way too much gear, so
rewards.
now you'll have a chance to flaunt
Well,
it and
I think
qualify for
we
this
should
master
watch a
tournament.
video first.
유형이 된다라고 한다면
Soon.
또그 상황에 따라서 어느 정도
As you said right here, the 5% gear per gear score per class. Of course, they're trying to be flexible with this, so depending on how they see the reception for it, they may make some adjustments here and there just to make sure that everyone can actually have a chance to actually play the event too. They're doing it.
So we have a quick video here.
Oh.
It's a griffin. And they're actually riding on it.
Yes, that's
So,
right.
Do the winners really get to ride it?
Yeah, that's right. The winner of each class in the Masterclass tournament will receive an exclusive new mount, the Griffin. Only Masterclass winners can ride it.
So,
look at that.
now it's been revealed, that a lot of people have been chiming in about looking for different types of mounts in Black Desert. As you can see here, there was a warrior sitting on top of this Griffin.
Pretty crazy badge of honor, I think.
So
that's
we would
like
like
the
to share
ultimate
that.
flex. It's not about linking items. It's about
in a
parking in his Griffin.
With a Griffin, just
you
like
might be wondering how you
bros,
obtain this mount. So Ash, why don't you share some of the details of it?
This Griffin
So
exactly alongside the
if
Griffin,
you breed the challenge, become the master of the Masterclass tournament, you will get this mount for a 1-year use.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's going to be other things you get from this
in-person
tournament
invite
as
as
well.
well.
Just like Neiman.
Invitation to the next ball.
Yeah. Like Jessup says, there's going to be additional rewards, special
Number
titles.
one warrior, come on over.
that's going to be
That's right.
Yeah.
But they are the best adventurers in both gear and skill.
And
deserve
a
it.
special
I
ticket
think.
to the next ball.
Next ball? Like,
That might be the
oh my goodness.
So when exactly is this tournament?
that might be the
Invitations
grand
to the
prize
next
right there.
ball.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
We've
A
shared
straight
the
flight
rules
to
and rewards
Korea,
there.
or wherever the ball is to be held at. You know, it could be held in
Likely around
Japan, it could be
September.
held in France. You
We've
never
got
know.
major PvP
Even here in LA.
in July.
Yeah, they bring it back. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be
So
awesome.
this schedule gives everyone time.
Something
to
really
enjoy
interesting
those
about the
and get
Griffin
ready.
now too is like you
Don't
might
worry,
think that it might just be like
we'll
a
share
glorified
the official dates in a
Ardunaut,
future
right? With the flying capability, especially with the tier 10 Ardunaut, like some of the flying is pretty insane with how much space you can clear with the flying ability. But it seems like there's a lot more verticality baked into the Griffin's movement. As you can see, the warrior was kind of doing a nosedive straight down.
Yes.
I assume that there are probably going to be a lot more functionality and ways that you can manipulate the sky. Maybe it has like a ability that shoots straight up. Because right now with the Ardunaut, you do have just like a store ability that you can then propel yourself forward with the flight. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how this mount is implemented, and I hope we do see more different types of mounts in the game as well. I know that a lot of adventurers do want to see the, I believe it was the
Black Desert, I think
Solid Wolf or something like that. It's the one Odraxia. Have you seen those ones?
I've seen the big ones, yeah.
Yeah. And some of the adventurers out there also want to ride the bear. That's it. Odraxia is a really big, chunky guy. Yeah. So hopefully this is the start of a lot more of these cool mounts that we can bring for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah, and again, like everything that you're seeing here today is going to be coming to console. Using the tournament to be coming to console. So I know some people in the chat are worried about it. No, it's definitely coming to console. Right now we don't have a clear date for you at the moment, but because we're working towards Ulkida and our Deadeye content coming out July 10th, and then other content that we're trying to catch up with PC right now.
Yeah, we're going to be working on really getting all that stuff that we've been missing out on caught up for console. Once that's ready to go, of course, we're going to be pushing forward with some of the new stuff that's been announced today. So
there is one thing we all really want.
You know,
and it has to be good.
We're praying for a stable launch for all these contents, and we'll just be pushing things out as soon as possible.
Exactly. We have a client patch for some of the stability issues going out.
I know.
Just right now, 2 hours ago. So
now
it's
coming
out there. So
what everyone's been waiting for.
definitely
Summer outfit.
try it out here.
Let's start with the video.
We have more news here.
And yeah, the MC is just really quickly jabbing Jessup and Wansu about some of the seasonal content that we are sorely missing in Black Desert since the past few updates, and especially for us on console as well. You know.
Las hay ahí tumbadas al sol.
Everyone, was this year's summer outfit, Summer Getaway. It features a beach robe, hot pants, and a bikini.
Last year's was Badaka, and that one was a big hit. So but I think this one also will be just as popular.
As you can see, that was a new outfit. Summer Getaway, I believe that's the name of it.
Yeah, looks pretty cool.
Looks interesting, very modern-esque.
Yeah, I feel like every time we have one of these new like summer outfits, it always becomes like a super hot item for players to go after. I remember when Coco, the Coco outfit was around. That's like one of the top outfits that a lot of the female classes like rocking, especially with the Sunday hat and everything like that. Looks really cool. This also looks wonderful as well. I love some of the detail on the jacket that she has there. Looks really nice. Yeah, and you know, with a lot of our more recent outfits, it seems like the customization with which parts you choose to have on or off are there for you. As you can see here, the guy's just rocking the jean shorts, and he probably has like a hidden cape feature to hide the top, so you can have more of that summer feel with some of these outfits. Yeah, it looks wonderful.
It looks really nice here. Like I said, more modern-esque outfits.
Yeah. So for fans of the more casual fits, we definitely have you covered with some more of these awesome designs.
There's another video too here. We'll take a look at the video coming up here.
Vamos a ver qué sacan en el vídeo. Esa parece Milán. Esa parece otra vez las hay.
So there are 2 outfits this year, 2 summer outfits.
Exactly. The second summer exclusive outfit with a sporty rash guard concept is called Ocean Spray.
Alright, as you see there, that was the other outfit called Ocean Spray.
Yeah. A lot of details
some rash guard themes, ball caps, goggles, and duck pins, Crocs, etc. For the shy.
But they got Crocs too?
Yeah, they have Crocs, man. It's time, you gotta be comfortable, you walk on the beach.
So you can mix and match for your perfect summer look.
Yeah, wow, we have official Black Desert Crocs in the game now.
Long leggings.
So you're probably wondering, this outfit, what is the content of the
big water gun
with most of the content we see today here, we still have other content to bring to the game. So we're also catching up on outfits that we haven't released yet that have been on PC that we haven't seen before, from like the snowwear, from even the recent I forgot the name of it, the Frosh outfit.
So we have,
we all have fun
is this So Frosh or Feeling Frosh? Feeling Frosh.
Feeling Frosh, yeah.
We have the Noon Bara that is yet to come yet. So we're going to be pumping out these outfits ASAP. And yeah, once we get caught up, we'll definitely get this one as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm a little like, I'm still shell-shocked about hearing about Black Desert Crocs, man. We got Crocs in Black Desert before GTA 6, man. It's crazy.
Chat, you've seen both styles. Which do you like better?
Yeah, we all know you have like your preferred outfit, so don't worry about that. It'll definitely make its way as well as other content
there's 2 outfits, guys.
Keep a lookout for it. All I noticed from Pro Shop to our update patch notes.
The summer getaway outfit will be available from July 2nd to August 27th, while the Ocean Spray will be available from July 30th. And I think that wraps up this year's new summer outfits. And with that, we've reached the end of all the updates we've had for you today.
Yeah, so just introducing some of the release dates for global versions. Of course, as we mentioned, we will get these out for console enters at an appropriate time. Hopefully, before summer's out, so everyone can, rock these cool fits.
We'll check our notes here and see where where that comes on there. But
yeah.
At the center, there's like the
here's all like the basic stuff.
그러면 먼저 오늘의 소식들을 정리해서 한번 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
Yeah, so we're really quickly just going to go over the recap of everything that's been announced today. And want to just a whole plethora of things for the Hydro Ball this time, from quality of life things for your beginner adventures to better adventures, whether it be new UI menus, UI improvements, or just having more functionality with
guidance.
Exactly. giving some guidance for new investors as well, just cleaning up a lot of the UI.
Was like
And yeah, there's also some really cool new content coming out, of course, with Danya being the centerpiece. We definitely want to see that soon. The mythical horse combination thing is definitely
That was
cool.
so cool, honestly.
Yeah, I
Like
like that.
develops the water to boosting up. Amazing. Can't wait to see that.
W for one.
알겠습니다. 완수님. 그런데
Absolutely.
이런
Yeah.
발표한
Let's look towards the
It's not over
Danya,
yet, I
like,
think.
이야기가 마무리가
oh yeah,
되고
that's dark.
It's almost over.
Amazing, I like that
More
right there.
thing.
So the-
Time.
열심히
The
준비하도록
time.
I think this is the part of the show that we've
While it
been
might
waiting
not be
for.
as
This is where Big
extravagant as
W
last
wants
year's
to
10th anniversary ball,
bestows
we
some
prepared a
nice
variety of
announcements.
useful items. They
May or
should
may
be
not
familiar.
Let's see what
be
he's got.
gifts for everyone.
At
Time?
once.
Yeah, it's time for a gift. What we
It's
have
that
in
time.
store for us here.
이번에도 선물을 준비했는데요.
Apparently, rather than like extravagance, it's just amount apparently.
For this year's ball, we prepared items useful for everyone.
Hold on. One
Oh,
second.
you got-
되게
hold, 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 hold.
솔직하게.
Pause.
Pause,
Spoilers.
pause. They're not
반대로
unsimilar.
Spoilers.
Here we go. Here we go.
한 판에 보여드립니다.
Here we go.
양으로
So
Oh, that's
all
a
of them
lot.
revealed.
유니크한 독특한
That's a
문화를
lot of them.
Yeah.
Variety.
둘러담고
Check them
있어요.
out.
발표처럼.
Ooh, do tell.
I see
What
like an
do you
advice of
have
box
for us
plus
today?
300, plus
2,000
250,
stones.
3 hammers. I see 10,000 explosive
한 판에
stones.
보여드립니다.
One quick
And
reveal
don't
for
forget the camera.
The sovereign hammer.
Wow.
아, 일단 뭐 카모스의 심장
Is that-
아까
wait,
얘기
one,
하셨었고
two,
크로성 만 개.
Okay, so as you can see with
Oh.
our coupon for the Heido ball, the journey begins. You'll be getting 10,000 crowns, 10,000 crowns, a 300 stack, 250 stack, and of course you can't have a big coupon without those weapons.
So exchange and don't forget the 3 Chase hammer, but also there's a coupon on that side you see there that has the choosing your Karazad or sovereign weapon. We'll be getting the Karazad hammer.
Wish everyone luck.
We'll have a little bit of a different coupon for console specifically. It'll be 2 hammers for Karazad accessories.
Yes.
As you can see on the far left-hand side. Of course, 3J hammers, awesome for pushing your Vanguard armors, or maybe you're trying to make that last pen black star to get ready for Sovereign.
Slowly.
Wait, hold on a
Brings
second.
us to
It's
an
not
end.
3
All our
hammers.
announcements.
There are 6 hammers.
6 hammers total?
There's 6 hammers total. Well, Karazai wise, we're not counting that right now. That Karazai is 7 total.
I think our 2 presenters have.
That's amazing right there.
That's
And on top
crazy.
of that, we
Yeah.
get some outfits as well.
Yeah.
These are going to be a different outfit box from the
first
PC
one.
version because there's a different outfit.
Some
in
of the
that one.
outfits are
Yeah.
selected differently, but it should be nice. I love getting these type of outfit boxes. I'm a little bit of a hoarder myself since I always feel like I'm going to be playing a different class. So having more of these gives me a flexibility to, open them
Yeah.
on more classes. So it's really awesome.
7 hammers is like, to me,
7 hammers is definitely huge.
I am hitting pen, obliterating fallen guard.
Right
Watch,
after the stream.
I'm going. You're gonna see it right now. Well, you won't know.
Yeah,
But
keep your eyes out. Don't turn off notifications
Hold on a
yet.
second.
Wait until you see GM Mash successfully hit.
But still can't have
Rick, it's
but
Rick.
wonder
I knew it.
this is what you hope
GM's
for.
300%
And if we manage to
RNG
satisfy
for
you even little, honestly, I'm both curious and a bit anxious.
시간 동안
As
this
you
is
all know,
amazing
we
co-
release
amazing
great
content.
awards with also
Awesome,
planning for long term. Today's announcements are just one part of that bigger picture. These plans are
And
made
yeah,
months,
so
sometimes
Jessaka is
even
just
years
thanking
ahead.
all the adventurers for
So there's
coming this
always
far with
something.
Black Desert and being so patient with our development team. We want to see the best for this game because we all love Black Desert.
Yeah.
We want to see a better future going forward. We've come such a far way.
Really?
And, this is true.
He's like, sorry to interrupt.
I know you're doing your final
Native
speech,
gen
but it
update.
is. I know.
He's like, I need to show you up a bit.
I know you're doing your final speech, but here's another 10k. Carry on.
wait.
Wansu?
What was that?
So, there's
Does he have one?
Oh my god! Like I think none of us even knew. Like the MC is like flabbergasted. Like what do you mean you're 10,000? Like what are you doing?
10k times 2, 20k.
Well, that is just like I need to be the I need to have the
So a
final
lot
word.
of these rewards will be provided via coupon
Just
after
wanted
the
him to
stream
finish,
is
doing his
concluded.
speech.
So
It was
don't
his
worry.
moment.
Wait a second. Mickey's.
어떤 얘기예요? 아예
Yeah,
저희
that wasn't my
활동도 어떤
moment
얘기인데 완수님이 크로석
Sorry, this
만
way.
개를 우리 모든 여러분들께
Not for real.
선물로 쏘겠습니다. 큰 박수
Time to end actually for real now.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, today we've gone through a lot of so many updates.
It's got a bit of a little surprise for us here. I'm not really building on this right here. What's going on?
Tournament.
This is off script.
Yeah, this is...
Let's see what the surprise is.
Yeah, what's going on here?
At the heart of every journey,
is that it?
I thought that was it. Yeah.
You're the true hero of Black Desert Adventures, and thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you at the next fall. But yeah, thank you so much. Your support means a lot.
끊임없이 여러분들의 의견을 수렴하고 있다는 점.
Good luck to everyone who is going to enhance today.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. Chat, I mean, to be fair, yeah, you have 20k cronstones, but don't forget that.
It's definitely, 10k extra cronstones, so for a total of 20k cronstones.
Okay, so it looks like our boy Wansu here slipped in an extra bag or truckload of cronstones for everyone.
So we got
some of them, okay, if
20,000 cronstones and 7 hammers.
If you're using
2 new stacks.
Yeah, 2 new fits as well.
300 stack.
Weapon exchange coupon for those who want to change the new weapons out.
We got a lot of
things going on here.
And again, we want to thank everyone for coming through to enjoy the ball with us.
Check out our website notice.
Yeah, it's been fun, and a lot of these,
check the recap as well on social media or website.
Yeah.
And make sure to share
a lot of these announcements have been really exciting. Of course, for our console, it might not be the best feeling that we have to wait a little bit longer than what was shown on the screen for a lot of the contents. But of course, we would like to express our
explaining clearly to you guys what is coming up.
I know it's not easy with a lot of some of the rockier parts of our time together. But of course, we are working our hardest to make sure that everything that is given to you guys is the best of our ability to ensure that the experience for everyone is the best that we can provide, and that does not change with our new version update. Of course. As mentioned earlier by Ash, we did have a little bit of a hiccup with our new native version launch, especially with the PlayStation platform incurring a lot of I would say graphical and performance issues with the launch. We want to make sure that everyone knows that we are taking the situation seriously. We have identified the root cause of this, so we have already shipped out our first client patch just a few hours ago. So if you haven't gotten that yet on PlayStation, please do download that. It should address some of the stuttering issues that are happening right now. But of course, we're not going to start working on it until all of those issues have been solved for everyone, so that everyone can enjoy the game at the top performance possible. And you have anything else to add, Ash?
Like you said, the client patch is out, so definitely update when you have a chance to. We hope that it's going to address some of the issues here, even some of the FPS issues. There still will probably be a bit going on there for PlayStation right now, but bear with us. We're still trying to work through the rest of the issue right now and get that fixed for you guys as soon as possible. All I can say is that the future right here is bright for us. We have next gen, we have more content we can add to the game at a faster pace. Like I said, July 10th is going to be our first kind of major content drop. Ukita, Deadeye, Kabutas, Black Massacres is all over the place. It's going to be what we're going to be looking forward to. Then afterwards, we're going to kind of look and see what we should be adding next here. Got an idea, of course, what we're going to be doing, but we got to let you know around that time period right there what's going to be coming next for console.
Of course. We'll keep you guys all in the loop, and I know that, it might seem like console wasn't really mentioned at all in the ball, but of course, all of these updates are universal for all the platforms that are Black Desert. The timing might be a little bit different on some of the release dates, but we will try our best to get things out as soon as possible for everyone. And I hope everyone has a great night. But we will try our best to get things out as soon as possible for everyone. And I hope everyone has a great night. But we will try our best to get things out. Have a good one.
Hey guys, I am GMash.
And I'm Sienvaha.
Have a good one, guys.
Esto luego lo reveré, gente, lo reveré y veremos a ver qué ha dicho Bahía y qué ha dicho Hash para terminar, ¿vale? Como tengo que hacer Momento. A ver. Aquí lo tenemos. Esa última parte que ha dicho Bahía y que ha dicho Haas, después la reveré, veremos lo que, o escucharé lo que han dicho, ya que va a estar resubido y voy a necesitar los fragmentos de la gala de hoy para hacer el vídeo. Se me ha quedado un sabor agridulce, no lo voy a negar. Ha sido una buena gala, de hecho ha sido más larga de lo que originalmente estaba previsto. Pero tengo la sensación de que se han centrado mucho en PC, de que sabían que había cosas importantes que decir en consola y que por eso han puesto a Bahía y a Hash en ciertos pedacitos de la gala. Y si no eres de PC y le has estado tirando, como en mi caso y el de otra mucha gente, a la armadura del caído a Pen para tenerla, para conseguirla, pues se te quedan unas sensaciones un poco agridulces porque has tirado un montón de cronelitas a la basura, literalmente, ¿no? Porque si ahora resulta que en TED ya te la cambian por una armadura en básico del soberano, pues no sé, o sea, creo que aquí hay que pensar las cosas antes de hacerlas. En la última gala sacaron la joyería de Kazán y ahora, 6 meses después, la acaban diciendo que la van a modificar para que sea más fácil de conseguir. Yo creo que hay que pensar las cosas antes de sacarlas como conclusión y no modificarlas cada 6 meses porque las cuentas no te salen. La gala ha sido buena, repito, pero pienso que Perlavis está haciendo un esfuerzo por que PC y consola vayan a la par, y eso, en mi opinión, es imposible. Lo he dicho al principio, lo he dicho a mitad y lo digo ahora al final de la gala. La gala ha sido buena, creo que no hay queja, lo he esperado, las armas del soberano. Yo quizá hubiese puesto un astro oscuro open o el último caballo mítico. Algo que darles a los de consola, que de momento pues no nos han dado nada, literalmente, no nos han dado nada. Entonces hay una sensación agridulce, una sensación de que la gala ha sido buena, pero de que ha sido muy buena para PC, pero muy mala para el resto. Después ha habido cosas que me han gustado, como el personaje inspirado de Wukong, y que bueno, que va a salir para todas las plataformas. No sé, tengo sentimientos encontrados. Cuando se me pase ya y vuelva a ver la gala al completo y haga el vídeo, ya pondré, digamos, los pros y los contras en la balanza y ya os daré mi opinión. Dicho lo cual, yo tengo ya preparado aquí una serie de cosas porque hice un evento, entonces tengo aquí, vale gente, entonces tengo aquí una serie de cosas para tirarle. Os voy a poner aquí espera. A ver, ¿dónde estás? Aquí lo tengo. Yo ya había preparado la gala como suele ser costumbre en mí. Y tengo por aquí el martillo y 7000 cron. Entonces vamos a tener 2 tiradas. Y vamos a tener joyería para reventar, que voy a sacarla. Lo que sí quiero ver son los huecos. Tenemos huecos de sobra, vale. A ver si nos sube algo a pen. Y nos falta algo menos de Karazhan. Vale. Epa, no. Entonces tenemos esto por aquí. Colgantes de tal, tenemos 2. Vale, y ahora tenemos por aquí. ¿Dónde está nuestro amigo el Medialuna? ¿Dónde estás? Pendientes, anillos, anillos. Aquí tenemos uno y otro. Como veis, tenemos cositas para tirarle de Teta Pen. A ver si algo nos sube. Voy a empezar a tirarle a los colgantes de la luna renacida, así que espero que lo disfrutéis. Vale, vamos a ver qué fallos tenemos por aquí. Vale, hay que cambiar un momento de personaje. ...107... ...227... ...91... ...229... ...300... ...313... ...ese es el de la pechera, vale. Pues vamos a... empezar a tirarle. Entonces tenemos por aquí 229. ...229, vale, me parece interesante. ¡Vamos allá, gente! A ver dónde coloco yo... A ver dónde coloco yo... Por aquí... A ver dónde coloco yo... Por aquí mi careto. Para que no moleste a la hora de... Por aquí mi careto. Para que no moleste a la hora de... ver los lanzamientos. Por aquí mi careto. Para que no moleste a la hora de... ver los lanzamientos. Vale. ¿Se ha perdido la conexión con el servidor? ¿Por qué? Ah, porque hay una actualización. Hay una Vale. Actualizar ahora, instalando. Instalando archivo de actualización. Versión 1.0.5. Gracias. A ver si ahora ya entra. Se han esperado justo a que terminase la gala. Joder, un mini parche. A ver, ¿dónde está la guardiana? ¿Dónde estás? La Tamer, la Kunoichi, ahí. La Tamer, la Kunoichi, ya estamos todos listos. Vale. Abrimos. Metemos los 229 fallos ahí. Nos vamos a la LAN. Vale. Abrimos el personaje. Colgante de luna renacida. A ver, mi cara ahí no molesta. ¿Veis la tirada? Perfecto. La gente le está tirando con 210, 214. A ver si hay suerte. Tenemos dos oportunidades. Esa no ha entrado. Venga, entra, cabrón. Esa no ha entrado. Colgante de la luna renacida, Ted. Esa no ha entrado. Venga. Va. Algo. Hijo de tu mala madre. ¡Ah! No quiere. No quiere. Hoy no ha querido. Pero no pasa nada, gente. No pasa nada. Que lo bueno está por llegar. Lo bueno está por llegar. $2.33. Dos tundras TED hechos mierda. Un colgante de la luna renacida hecho mierda. Pero no pasa nada, gente, no pasa nada. La joyería no ha entrado, no ha querido entrar hoy. La teníamos preparadísima y no ha querido entrar hoy. Vale. Ahora nos vamos a dar otra vez. Vale. Pechera del caído. La quitamos. La ponemos. Espera, la pechera del caído, no. ¿Dónde está el arma de despertar de astro oscuro? ¡Esto! Astro oscuro. Aquí la tengo. Que no la llevaba encima. Vale. Cogemos esto. Pinchamos el martillo de J. El nivel de refuerzo no descenderá. Solo se puede usar en este objeto una vez. Pues... Espérate, entonces le voy a tirar. Si solo se puede usar en ese objeto una vez, lo que voy a hacer va a ser tirarle con esto y el martillo. Al astro oscuro, gente. Vamos, pendejo. Venga, súbeme algo, perro. Que llevo 6 meses preparando esta gala. Súbeme algo. Pendejo. $233. Está bien más. Más este martillo de J. ¡Vamos! Con el martillo de J no he querido. Ya la subiré. Tengo placas de sobra. ¡Ah! ¡Cabrón! ¡Cabronazo! Usar cronolitas. Están activas. ¡Venga! ¡Ah! ¡Hijo de puta! ¿Esto es tú concediéndome el beneficio de la duda hoy? ¡Hijo de perra! No has subido nada y te he hecho 5, 6 tiradas a P. Desgracia humana. A ver, ahora qué necesitamos. Venimos aquí a la guardiana. Venimos aquí a la guardiana. $239. Venimos aquí a Kunoichi, por ejemplo. No, espera. ¡Ah! Que me he equivocado. Que están los fallos metidos en la LAN. Con lo que van a dar, que no lo pongo porque es la versión de Play 5 y no tengo la dirección de correo y la contraseña puesta, le tiraré a los guantes del Dan para subirlos a TED, por si acaso. Vale, así ya no hay sustos. Vale. $62 y los 6 se van al yunque. No, espérate un momento. Los 62 en la cadena y los 6 en el yunque. Está bien. Vale. Vale. Seleccionamos esta. $160. ¿Tenemos algún personaje con esos fallos? ¿Tenemos algún personaje con esos fallos? Le quito las cronas. $160. ¿Tenemos algún personaje con esos fallos? 150, 160, 107, 116, 227, 239. Vale, pues le voy a tirar con estos. No. Vale, Tamer, mete tus fallos en la cadena. Porque tengo fallos de 200 de sobra. Vale. Pendejo. Dale. Dale duro. No. No le has querido dar duro, ¿eh? Ya estás en básico. Hijo de puta. Vale, vamos a por un pergamino de 30. Vamos. Vale. $89. Nada. Atet 160. Hemos dicho que íbamos a usar este de 232. Vale. Necesitamos un perga de 60. De 80. Cago en tu puta madre. Que no quieres subir hoy, ¿eh? No quieres. Por estadística me tendrías que haber subido algo. A ver. Reparar la durabilidad máxima, vale. La durabilidad máxima. La pechera ya está al máximo. Vamos. Pendejo. Vamos. Astro oscuro. Piedra de astro oscuro. Necesitamos un pergamino de 30. Vale. $36, por ejemplo. Me quedé sin piedras. Vale, vamos a seguir. Fundimos. Es esta y masa de magia pura, entiendo. Utilidades, buscar objeto. Ah, sí, está aquí. Y no lo había visto. ¿Era así? Sí. Vamos. Vamos. Que le hagamos tiradas. Lo bueno es que antes de las próximas galas la tendría que tener subida. Esto es oscuro Apple, si hoy no sale. Si hoy no sale esto es oscuro Apple, antes de la próxima gala la tendría que tener subida. Por narices. Venga, vamos. A seguir gambleando. En marcha. El de 60, no, vamos a este 65, bien, gracias. Dame ya. Este de 27. Le damos uso. Subió. A ver qué tengo puesto para que se apague cada 4 horas. Y eso significa que la gala ya habría hecho las 4 horas ahora. Prácticamente. $2.37. $2.42. $28. Ay, me quedé sin durabilidad. Venga. Tírale. A ver si la subimos a TET y le hacemos otra tiradica antes de cerrar el directo. Entonces, 60 a 25, le tiramos con esto. Vale. Tenemos 100. Vale, necesitamos un pergamino de 30. $28. Vale. Tiramos con este de 100. $28. $28. Vale. ¡Ah! 112. ¿27? Vale, los 27 están ahí. Venga, vamos, sube, perro. ¿Y qué me llena el yunque? Pues aprovechando que voy a repararme. Porque me voy a quedar sin... A ver, esto lo hago aquí. Muy bien, gracias. Saco de esquirlas de cristal. Saco de esquirlas de cristal, vale. Masa de magia pura. Y esquirla, vale. Ay, la madre que te parió, cabrón. Ni pechera, ni extra oscuro, ni tu puta madre. Vale. Pues 6 tiradicas nos quedan. A ver si hay suerte. Bueno, tengo más, pero... A ver si quiere subir y hacernos una tiradica más, y si no... Tendrá que ser la siguiente ocasión. Vale, esto es refuerzo garantizado. Vale, lo cambiamos. Ay, Dios mío. Esta es la última piedra, creo. O la penúltima. Pues nada. Chavales, nada. No quiere, pues nada. Mira, lo que voy a hacer va a ser meterle 10 y así yo tengo 62. Y no tengo que gastar un pergamino de 80. A ver, y ahora vamos a ver cosas que tenemos que ver por aquí. ¿Dónde están las cronolitas, hombre? ¿Dónde están las cronolitas? 118. Pero no son las cron. Vamos a abrir esto por aquí. Ahora después. ¿Dónde están las cron, coño? ¿Dónde están las cron? Aquí. ¡Ay! 3774. Mañana tengo para otra tiradica para Astro Oscuro. ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¡Qué asco! Para que subas a ver, ¿eh? Durabilidad máxima. Bueno. Bueno, gente. Pues no ha habido suerte esta gala como de costumbre. Epa. Voy a cambiar la escena. No ha habido suerte esta gala como de costumbre, pues a lo largo del año le iremos haciendo más. Y le haremos también alguna más a los guantes de Dan, porque si en TED ya se pueden cambiar, pues vamos preparando para lo que viene siendo la armadura de el cabrón del soberano. Pues como nos van a dar con el código origen de la deprobación y demás, yo os voy a dejar por aquí, me voy a ir un ratillo a dormir y a hablar con Serma. Espero que hayáis tenido más suerte que yo. Si habéis tenido más suerte que yo, no olvidéis dejármelo abajo o compartir la imagen en Discord y nos vemos como siempre en el próximo directo. ¡Hasta luego! Ay. Hola. Sí. Sí, ya lo he reventado todo. No he cogido el cupón que han dado. Da. Si es... No pasa nada. Tengo efímeros para volverlo a subir. Lo que pasa es que como es la versión de PS5 no tengo metida en la sección de cupones la contraseña. Y no quería enseñársela a la gente. Bueno, pues ahora ya es tarde. La subo a TED y le tiro. Sí, gafe. ¿Qué vídeo me has enviado? ¡Qué pendejo! He reventado yo 10 piezas de joyería y no me ha subido nadie al pendejo este le subo a la primera. ¡Qué pendejo! Ay. Sí, sí, eso. No se lo enseñes a nadie y te van a decir que eres un suertudo de mierda. Ah. Bueno, pues yo, si no te importa, me voy a ir a dormir un poco. Que llevo despierto desde las 5 de la mañana para preparar el directo y necesito descansar. Dormir he dormido porque me acosté pronto, me acosté a las 8 de la tarde, pero necesito descansar un poco de tanto foco, tanta cámara y tanta hostia. Si te sube algo más, ya me lo dices. Ay, no puede ser. Yo digo, me sube el tundra, por lo menos el tundra, pero no. 2 collares de tundra en TED se han ido a la mierda. 30.000 millones a la basura. Venga, vale. Venga, hasta luego.